host. Each one of y'all either one take it.
All right, this Bezoid. How y'all doing?
And OG Krugstad.
And today is episode 55 of the OG podcast. Man, 55. And we are officially 2 days from Pack South. I'm really excited.
Whoop whoop.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous. I gotta say, I'm a little nervous only because, and I'm gonna just be honest, we don't have our tickets in hand. They're gonna be at the booth. So I don't know. You know how things happen, and I just will feel better. I will feel better once we're in the doors. So, but
Yeah. I'm
yeah,
on the same boat.
yeah, just like because things happen, and I've never met this other person that supposedly has our tickets. Um, Me and this person have not physically talked, have not communicated. They're just supposed to know who I am and have our tickets.
Yep.
So it's gonna be
Best
it.
believe I've been questioning your boy Handy for a while. Like, hey, like, do you have a way to communicate? What's going on?
And so what I did was is just to nip it in the bud. I said, look, I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna send it to OG. I'm like, look, this is all I know. This is all I know. So yeah, and my thing is like, of course, the the guy that's ahead of the whole thing, he gave me his number to text him. But my thing is, he's at a convention right now. Also, he's at Magfest, and I think
Okay.
CES. So I mean, it's kind of like, why am I gonna sit there and text him about something that he's not gonna be able to answer because he's not going. I'm kind of taking his place in a sense. So
Yeah.
yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. Believe me, the vlog is gonna be lit this episode of this vlog. So I'm definitely, I'll be better once we're in the doors, but I'm really nervous at this point.
Yeah, I understand it. I understand why you're nervous. I'd be nervous too.
And what even makes it more nervous is like we're taking a an Uber, so if
Oh
something goes
man.
wrong, we have no way back. But
Oh
we do,
man.
but we don't. You know what I mean? We do, but we don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, if something goes wrong, you got to turn right back around and wait for the Uber to get back, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to
So,
sit here and hold this L. No.
yeah, so I'm just like, like inside, like I'm like all nervous and got all these crazy butterflies going on. But I know guys got the situation, but still, I'm human. What can I say? But
We're human.
but other than that, whoever wants to take it, I know Bezoid's got an interesting story to talk about how his week was. Well, probably how his 2 week was, but whoever wants to take it, go ahead and talk about how your week is or how
All
your
I'll
right,
let.
week.
Beasley. It's been a while for you, so go ahead, man.
Well, mine wasn't so happy, but it's happy now. My past 2 weeks has been dealing with a lovely day with the police.
Oh,
um,
Uh-oh.
well, the reason why last week I wasn't on the show was I was having car problems. Well, I was taking Mrs. Beasley. I was taking her to work, and my car shut off mid go. And so we pulled on the side of the road, and up here in Michigan, it was like -7 degrees due to the wind chill. And so we couldn't get it started. I got a friend to drop us off back at home, and come to find out, what we needed was a battery because we had a dead battery. Um, I went to, I went got a battery, went back to the car, and the car was disappeared. So I was like, whoa, what just happened to the car? And the second thought was, I think I got towed by the police.
yeah, because you're like, how did they get to move the car? I couldn't move it. It's dead.
Right, I was like, who got to move the car? Wait, the only way it could have been moved was because towed. Well, called the police. Police said, yeah, we towed it, and I had to get it um, out of
Impound or the
the impound, yeah,
tow yard.
the tow yard. Thank you, area towing. So I had to deal with that, and then I had to get the money to do that, and it was a whole hectic week. So that's why I wasn't on last week. But
Man,
with the goodness gracious, the God of up there, he provided us a way. We have the truck out. We have the truck fixed. We're back up and running. And I'm
Nice.
back here this week.
Nice. Well, good to hear, man. Now, I have a question.
Hmm.
Because this is what happened to me because I told you off stream what happened with my wife when
Yeah.
basically she got towed because she was picking me up and she parked in a handicap zone in front of my apartment and she left her car running for like 3 minutes or whatever and they towed her car because she was picking me up. Now, did they charge you daily every time that your car was still in the
Yes.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
$20 extra per day that it was in.
Whoo!
Yep.
Whoo! Oh man. Oh
Yeah, I
man.
was like, wow. And the car before it was towed because I literally came back from when I left the car. I came home, warmed up, waited till the shop because it was like 6 in the morning when we shut down. We waited for AutoZone to open up. Went to AutoZone and I had to come back to the house because the person who was riding me around they had something major that they had to do. So we waited like 2 hours after that. The car wasn't there for I'd say 6 hours, and they towed
Damn.
it. It wasn't even there 6 hours, and I was
Dang.
like, I thought they had to be there for like 24 hours or something. They was like,
Shoot.
no, we can tow it if we feel this hazard.
You be in San Antonio, there be cars stranded on the road for weeks. I'm just saying.
And what's crazy, 3 days before we was traveling that same road, I saw the same truck there for like 3 days straight, and nobody messed with it. Mine was there
Wow.
for 6 hours, and they towed it. I was like, come on.
Wow. Talk about testing your patience, bro. That's what that.
Oh yeah,
That's what that sounds
yeah.
like. That's crazy,
They
man.
tried to test it, but I just kept being positive. Hey,
Hey,
new year, let's keep going.
yeah, but what a way to start out with a bang, man. A bang in your wallet.
Oh yeah, it hit my wallet a little nicely, but
Oh, that's
it'll be okay.
that's crazy. Well, no, that seems pretty exciting, man. I mean,
Yeah.
that's crazy. OG, what about you, man? How was your week?
Oh, kind of interesting. First and foremost, like I posted in the Discord, probably under the wrong chat area,
Yeah,
but
he put it in game
I
clips, but it's okay.
but basically, I now have a box of Super Mario cereal.
Nice.
Oh, you got the
Yeah,
cereal.
I finally got it. Well, technically, someone got it for me. So remember last week how I mentioned that a friend of ours had actually picked it up?
Yes.
Well, apparently he didn't tell me that he bought one for me as well.
Nice.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, he was looking out for me. She literally hit me up like 2 nights ago, and he was like, "Hey, you need to come by, man. I got something for you." I'm like, "All right, sure." I figured he just picked up like a gaming trinket because he's a collector of like gaming memorabilia.
Right.
And I walk in there, and he's like, "Boom, here you go." And there's this unopened box of Super Mario cereal. I was like,
Nice.
"Yeah."
Oh man.
So did
So
did you try some?
oh yeah, absolutely. It tastes pretty much like Lucky Charms.
Oh, well then.
Okay. Is
Yeah.
it like more fruity? Is it the same amount of fruitiness? How is it
I
good?
mean, I would say it's good. I would probably say that, if you were to taste the two side by side, um, you wouldn't notice a big difference, I don't think.
Hmm.
But I mean, yeah, I mean it's pretty legit. I liked it.
Would
It's
you?
still pretty good.
So the next question is, if it
Hmm.
wasn't Super Mario cereal and you bought it for the
Yeah.
taste alone, and you
Oh,
want
absolutely.
it, you would buy it.
Because I actually like Lucky Charms, so yeah.
I kill Lucky Charms. Lucky
I love
Charms
Lucky Charms.
and Fruity Pebbles. You want to know something? Put Lucky Charms and Fruity Pebbles together, man.
Hmm.
Man.
That reminded me was the Frosted Flakes and the what marshmallow that they put together recently. Everybody been eating it. It's like Frosted Flakes and I think what is it?
What's up, Sinfield? Sinful. I don't know why I keep saying Sinfield for some reason. Sinful, my bad. I apologize.
I
You've
think
been trying to watch Seinfeld, apparently.
Apparently.
yeah. But yeah, it's a lot of people been saying that one, but I want to try this Super Mario cereal.
It's pretty legit, man.
I gotta go buy it now. Like I legitimately gonna go. Like I literally got cereal right in front of me because I actually eat cereal dry a lot of the times, and
Oh wow.
Like that's what I munch on. Like right now, like during the stream or later on, I'll be munching on peanut butter and chocolate Cheerios, which is really good dry. I don't know, it's just really good. So I'm gonna have to tell my wife, be like, hey, you got to pick up this Super Mario cereal, and you got to pick up one box because we gotta save one box. We can't open one box.
That's what it is. It's Frosted Flakes mixed with Lucky Charms that everybody's been eating recently.
Really? You know, my ultimate most favorite cereal in the world was that they don't make anymore. Oreo cereal. That was.
I used to like those.
Oh my god, that was so good. Oh my god, I literally killed like 3 boxes of those in a month. Yeah,
Man,
but they discontinued it a while
Yeah,
back.
they did.
I don't know why. Probably because they had no health benefits. But
This gonna turn into the OG cereal show. In a
I
minute.
know we coming into serial killers, man.
Speaking of discontinued foods, do y'all remember pizzerias?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that from Keebler or whatever,
man.
they got discontinued as well. You used to be able to buy them at
Oh, I
Albertsons
used to love
back
those
in
too.
the day. Yeah, but only
Man.
Albertsons sold them. You couldn't get them at HEB or Walmart. It had to be Albertsons. And once Albertsons went down, Kellogg's stopped making them. And I was
Oh,
like, man,
but
that
I have
sucks.
hope. But I have hope. I have hope. Guess what?
Hey.
There's an Albertsons in New Mexico.
Uh-oh.
Nice.
I may be able to go
Uh-oh.
pick some up in that when I go to. If I can find them in Albertsons in New Mexico, I'm buying a case, and I'll split them
Me
with you.
too.
I'll split them with you. I'll be like, here you go.
Nice.
So
I'll take
definitely,
it.
definitely.
Hey, if they can bring back my French toast crunch, they can bring back the pizzeria. Man.
Oh, well, how do we start talking about food? But yeah, French toast crunch, man. It's all
Oh, they brought those back. I was so happy when they brought those back.
man. Well, hey, if they can bring back the Twinkie from the dead, they can bring back anything.
Oh, see, these are OG gamers. Love these things. Gamers love these back in the day.
Dude, okay. So the pizzerias and Gordettos was me an OG snack back in the day when we would game that and Doritos.
Oh yeah.
And that's all we ate. And then we would have a 20-ounce Pepsi by our side and be done. And then
Life was perfect.
And then if we really wanted to eat, if it was dinner time and we really wanted to eat, we'd order pizza. And then
Oh man.
yeah, that's how we did it. This is what we would do every day at Dwight's house from 7 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. And
Man, oh man, y'all bringing back memories.
that's what we would. That's what we would game. That was our summer vacation. Was OG's house, and we would just sit there and game all day.
Oh,
Pretty
man.
much.
That
Yep.
used to be awesome. We used to just go over, your homie's house with friends. And
Yep.
Just hang out. Oh,
Yeah.
good old
And we
family.
would record it on VCR tape. So like we invented streaming before streaming was even around.
You know what's crazy? I used to do that. I used to record because everybody used to ask me what to do, and I used to be like, you know what? I'm playing my game. I don't got time to keep showing you. So I record I recorded a whole playthrough of Zelda or Kingdom of Time because my mom actually used to play too, and so she just watched my recordings to see what to do.
Man.
And I
See,
recorded.
we created YouTube before YouTube was even a thing.
We created YouTube, man. I wonder what happened to those VHS tapes I used to have. I had a bunch.
We had a bunch of them too, but I think his got lost in the flood.
Actually, no. I actually had them after the flood. I actually had them when I moved to the bigger house, but I think I lost them somewhere between there and where the apartment I'm at now. But yeah, it used to be in a white box full of tapes. I'll have to double check to make sure, but I want to still say I may have still a few of them.
I would like
yeah.
to convert them to digital somehow and then put them
That
on
would
YouTube.
be cool.
You
Put
know
'em
what?
on
That'd be
YouTube.
kind of cool.
And put them on
Yeah.
YouTube.
I mean, I'm sitting here thinking like, wow, we actually started streaming before streaming was a thing.
That's why I keep trying to tell people like, people, because a lot of people start streaming because they see the money and the whatever. But I'm like, bro, y'all don't understand. Like, streaming's been in my blood. Like, I've been like we've been and then like for instance like there'd be games that I didn't like necessarily play, but I would sit and watch OG play like all night. I remember we were playing Final Fantasy VII. He was trying to beat Final Fantasy VII in a day, in a 24-hour period, and I
good
literally
Lord.
just sat there and watched OG play it all night. And we had to go. I think we had to go somewhere the next day, but we didn't make it. But literally, OG did
No,
it.
we didn't.
OG did it though. OG did it though. We beat Final
That,
Fantasy in 24 hours, but
that's not bad. That's actually pretty darn good.
and I think he recorded. Did you record the ending at my house or was it at your house?
I recorded the ending at your house.
Yeah, cause I had that. I had the combo. I had the TV VCR combo. So
Yeah,
yeah, it was dope. It was so
it was
sick.
pretty legit.
It was
Yeah.
so
Oh,
sick, man.
man.
Yeah, that's why I said like that's why I try to tell people like streaming, you like all this stuff like is in my blood. Like it wouldn't matter if I made $100, $1.50. Like this is what I love to do. Now I'm not big into editing. Like I'm just like one of those people like I just like to record it and just put it up.
Yeah, that's me too. I'm like, I need to get into editing. Like,
But
I know
editing-
how.
Yeah, it's just
I
so
just-
tedious, man. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, because basically half the time I can't get it to do what I want it to do. So I'm like, eh. I actually bought a editing software for my phone for like $2, and it
Mhm.
actually works better than the editing software that I had that like costs like $300, and it actually is really really simple and really really easy, and that's what I did the Bean Boozle video with. And it was just really simple. All I had to do was just what I like to do when I do like vlogs and stuff, I just like to do 20-minute clips and then put them together.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
know,
okay.
that way I don't have to cut them already. They're already cut, and then that way, and then I label them like pretty much how I want to have them. Like I'll label them. Okay, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that way all I gotta do is just go to the whatever I'm using and just go bloop 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 and put it together like a puzzle, and then I'm pretty much done. And then if I want to add any fancy stuff or anything like that, then I do that. But half the time I'm more of a simple is more or less is more. So I don't try
Less
to
is
do
more.
yeah, I don't try to do all that
Yeah.
you know, fancy writing and stuff like that, you know. But and like I was telling my OG, my wife's actually buying me a selfie stick so I can do like some pretty good vlogging for the PAX South. She actually brought it to my attention. I wasn't even thinking about it. She's like, you know, you should probably get a selfie stick, and I was like, you know, you're probably right. So hopefully it'll work. The one I'm looking into, it actually is a selfie stick, and then it becomes also a tripod, so it can actually like sit the phone on the table. So like say if me and you like want to do a like just a sit down and talk about what we just seen, like we could do that and it'd be easy. And then and like to record it, like it's got a wireless remote to where all I have to do is hit record and it'll start recording from my phone. It's pretty legit. And it's like only $17. And I was thinking you were talking about that too, that you was wanting a selfie stick. It's pretty legit for $17. You can't beat it. So I think that's what my wife's gonna get me. Order it on Amazon. So
Nice.
Amazon, yeah. And so speaking of content and stuff, before we get started, before I get started on my week, because I do have something to talk about my week. What are you gonna start streaming, Bezoid? When's the day? When's the big day? You said January. You said this year, and
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember I told you, I was telling you, my Christmas gift was my PC, and today is the day I'm supposed to be. It was supposed to be getting here today.
Oh, okay. My bad. I'm like, I'm all itching. I'm like, where's Bezoid at, man? Where's he at? I'm ready to get you affiliated, man.
Hey, I'm ready. It's supposed to be getting here today by I think 3 p.m. 3
Nice.
p.m.
Nice.
And I'll be ready to hook it up and get to work and get into streaming.
Nice. Well, the most amazing thing, my week's gonna be short because it's actually got more of a point to it than pretty much. the most amazing thing happened to me this week. I met a pretty awesome viewer. She's already in here, and I don't mean to put her on blast, but I'm using her as an example for another reason why I stream. I was streaming over at the Able Gamers channel last Thursday, and we were talking, and this person was talking about how like they want to stream, but they don't know because sometimes their obstacles with their disability gets in the way. And I was explaining to him, I was like, it doesn't matter if you stream 30 minutes a week or an hour a day or whatever works, as long as you keep on a schedule. You will find you will find the viewers and the people that understand your situation. And like that like really like uplifted her spirits, and like she like really like sat down and told me, thank you for doing what you do, because that helped me, and like that's amazing. And what I'm trying to say is like that's why I stay positive, and that's why I do what I do, is because I want to help people in that way, whether it be helping somebody like realize that, hey, I can stream, or whether it be helping somebody get through a situation. That's what I do. And like that to me was like the highlight of my week. That was like the best part of my week, because like that was like, man, this is why I do this. This is exactly why I do this. I was like, I made somebody's like whole I made somebody's day. You know what I mean? And
Right.
like now they're a viewer, and somebody was generous enough to even gift her a sub, which was pretty even amazing. But that's why I do this. Is to encourage and uplift somebody, or just to be that positive light. And and it was crazy because it brought a whole onslaught of people telling me, we love your positivity. We love that you're always positive and uplifting, and you always try to see the good in everything. And and I'm like, dang, I was like, that made my week. So yeah, that's pretty much been my week. But the stream was going good. We've been playing Call of Duty was amazing. PUBG actually.
Hey.
PUBG. I went 28-5 in a match. 28-5. It felt like I was playing bots.
What?
Felt like I was playing bots. I was actually playing with
Well,
Sinful
look
too.
at you. Look at you.
I know. I'm putting.
I mean, the last time I played with you, you was awesome. So
Yeah, I know. I'm actually gonna take that clip and put it on YouTube. What I'm going to do is I'm actually got a couple of YouTube videos in the works that are pretty much already made themselves, but I just gotta edit them today. And then what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna upload them, but they're not gonna be released until the weekend that we're at PAX. So if people are like itching for some handy kill cam footage or whatever, they can go watch some new stuff on YouTube. So since I won't be streaming. So yeah, that's been pretty much my week. But that was like the highlight, like the best part of my week was that situation right there. And
that's
then
awesome. Bro.
yeah, and then I was watching the Optic Gaming podcast, and it was pretty inspiring. Only because I got to learn, like I don't know him personally, but I already know who Hex is, but when you like really watch his vlogs, and you really because he's been vlogging for about a year, over a year now, every day, and when you really watch and you really get to learn somebody and how they are, like I got like a lot more respect for him as an owner and as a person, because like you don't see a lot of gaming organization owners care as much as this dude does. Like if one of his members is sick, like I remember one episode he was like, look bro, you're like really sick and I don't want you driving, I'm gonna take you. Like who does that? Like
Right.
who does that? You know what I mean? I don't know any organization that does that right now, or any organization that acts like that. And it was just like like he really looks out for his people. And then like come to find out, he was born in the same place I was. He was born in El Paso, Texas. So I was like, dang, okay,
Man,
it's pretty crazy. So it was pretty interesting. But yeah, that's been pretty much my week. If whoever wants to go first with dropping the knowledge, go ahead, but it's not gonna be me, because you know me. I like to go in. When I
Um,
go in, I go in.
I like to go. I like to go first. I'm starting off with some good positive news.
All right, let's go.
Make
Last
it
couple
happen.
days. If you don't know, Awesome Game Done Quick has been streaming.
Yes, I do.
They've raised
Yes, it
over
is.
$400,000 for cancer research. These
Nice.
guys are. I've been watching for like I think they started on the 7th, and I've been watching like every night and throughout the day as much as possible. I was just seeing like right now they're doing the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Yes, they
and
are.
yeah, and it. Oh, I remember that game so much as a kid, and I see them playing. I'm like, I sucked.
Yeah.
It's just it brings back so much nostalgia watching them, and it just like they were doing Batman, the movie, the very first one, the
Mhm.
very first Batman movie with the gun, the big gun Joker,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I was watching that like, man, I remember hating that game as a kid because Joker used to kick my butt, and I was like, oh man, it's so much that it brings back nostalgia to you about old games and how they break them and show you the glitches and all the cool things you could do with the games.
Now you do that on YouTube, you get banned or sued by Epic Games.
Now Epic Games say if you're a 14-year-old, they ban you
Yeah, they
and
ban you and sue
take you to
you
court.
and take you to court
Mhm.
and make your
But
mama cry.
they're well on their way over 400, I believe, 400,000
Yeah,
last
they're at
time.
$418,385 right now.
Oh,
That's
somebody's
awesome.
watching it. Somebody is
Oh
watching
heck
it.
yeah,
He is watching it
absolutely.
while we are streaming. That is what's up. That's gonna be another goal of mine, but also as of us. I don't know, like, I don't want to do it, but I somehow want to be a part of it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, anything. If even just like one of the guys that reads
The
the
donations.
the donations, just to be part of something that positive
Yeah.
would be
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah. Even if they like, one day somehow we get to go to the event, and we could do a podcast there or something. And we're talking about you too, Bezoid. You too. Don't think cause you in Detroit, we ain't forget about you, boy. If we could get you involved in stuff like this, where we could do a trio podcast, that would be ideal too. To
That
like
would be awesome.
for next week, for next year's podcast, or for next year's PAX, is maybe we could try to get me, you, and Bezoid, and maybe we could go and like find an area to where we could do like a live podcast somewhere. Because remember, my setup is mobile. I do stream from a laptop, so it's possible.
Hey, it's
Um,
fun.
it's possible. I don't know how. Don't know
Yeah,
when.
we have to scout the area because you know how there's when there's a lot of people in one area and cell phone services don't work.
Yeah, I know.
AKA Pokemon Go,
Yeah.
Niantic.
Oh, I got a
I've,
sto-
I've,
I got something to add to that too, by the way. But go
I've
ahead.
seen a meme the other day that people it was like, remember when Pokemon Go was a thing? Wow, like where did that go? I was like, man, that was
It's
like
still a thing, though.
everywhere.
I don't understand it. It's
It's
still a
Yeah, it
not.
is still
thing.
popular. It
It's
actually is now.
It's
It's
not. I think it's more popular overseas than it is in the West. Like in the West, everybody was doing it, and now is you barely hear it on like it was on CNN and NBC, and now you rarely hear about it on the news anymore. I'm like,
Mm,
people ain't playing like they used to.
well, you know what? You know what? A
uh-uh.
lot of it is too, though.
It was a
And
fad.
well, no, not only that, but like my nephew, he loves Pokemon. He's got Pokemon Sun and
Uh,
Pokemon whatever.
Ultra Sun and Moon. I
Yeah,
got
yeah.
those.
He just got it for Christmas, right? But he really wants to play Pokemon Go, right? And he's like,
Mhm.
Uncle, my mom won't let me play Pokemon Go, and I'm like, why? She says, and he was like, because she reads reports that people die from playing Pokemon Go, people get murdered.
I remember that whole
And
people.
so I'm like, and I can't, you just don't go against somebody's mom, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, that's my sister-in-law. I love her to death, but it's like, I'm like kind of want to tell her like, not all that is true, and a lot of that is, BS, but you know, so like he really wants to play. He wants to play Pokemon Go so bad. So I feel like a lot of that, like, for people that are like not knowledgeable in the gaming industry, they just hear something like that and they
I
stay
mean,
away.
it was a couple things happening because people are stupid.
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah. I
was a
mean, some
couple
people were getting robbed and stuff. Like there were some things, but I mean, it wasn't as bad as the Minecraft sex scandal.
Oh yeah.
I'm just being real. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot worse.
Yeah.
You know, child, people. I don't know, sex offenders. Playing Minecraft and soliciting young kids. That's pretty bad. And then somehow getting on like kids' YouTubes and like soliciting kids. That's pretty bad. So I don't know. So I feel like that had a lot to do with it. But I mean, since I'll go do a little side quest. So I don't know if you guys have seen the Sprint commercials lately, but they're actually giving out 100 Pokemon coins if you go and switch to Sprint right now. I thought
Really?
when I heard of that, I was thinking of you, OG, because remember that whole ordeal where that big in that big convention, the only thing that was working was Sprint service. And
yep,
so,
and they're taking full advantage of that.
Yep. They said straight up, you come to Sprint right now, you get 100 Pokemon coins. But
hey, there you go.
But I mean, in all reality, if you haven't played Pokemon Go, I'm letting you know right now, 100 Pokemon coins is not a lot. You'll probably go through that super a lot. So.
You get it over through it fast, yeah.
Don't let that be the reason why you change your phone. Let it be more reasons. So, you might end up paying more and you'll be like, what? Only 100? Yeah, you'll end up paying more and all that stuff. So just be aware. But I just thought that was funny. I saw that and I was like, I was like, they're actually advertising this on TV. I was like, funny.
But I do appreciate you, Beasley, for bringing up AGDQ only because I actually feel bad that I haven't been hyping it up to begin with. Because typically, a month prior, I'm always like blowing it up every week and annoying the crap out of everybody about it. But to be perfectly honest, because of the whole PAX distraction, knowing that I was going to be able to go, I completely forgot about AGDQ until Sunday. Like I actually had to work because I'm actually working. I worked this past Sunday so I can be off Friday for PAX. And when I went to work, I was like, wait a minute, when's AGDQ? And I look at the schedule, like, oh yeah, we're playing now. And I'm like, oh crap.
You know what? What reminded me is like a couple days. I think it was like the 4th. I think it was like January 4th. I looked in my timeline because I follow GDQ, and I follow it, and they was doing vodcasts, and then I was like, "Wait, are they up already?" And they was like, "No, it starts on the 7th." I was like, "Cool, man, sweet." Like, I didn't miss it.
Oh, go ahead. You know how I knew though is because I have them on auto host. So as long as nobody's streaming, the else that's on my auto host. I was looking yesterday because I always look at the back end of like who I'm auto hosting right before I'm streaming, and I was like, "What? Gamer's Done Quick?" I was like, "It's already that time already." I was like, "Dang!" Yeah. I was like, "Dang!" I was like, "Okay, that's what's up." Gamer Done Quick is what's up there, Kitty? What's going on? Thank you for that lurk. Yeah, so definitely, that's how I knew. I was like, okay, and I was gonna actually message OG and tell him, but I was like, he probably already knows. I was like, he's on top of that stuff. I was like, because no, seriously, like last year, a couple of years ago when we first started the podcast, like the first 10 episodes was like, Gamers Done Quick, but Gamers Done Quick is awesome though. I think it's cool.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, for those who don't know, for their finale, they're going to be speed running for the first time Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I am so surprised that they're doing it already. Like, because I have another friend who actually watches it as well, and he was talking about how he was kind of disappointed they don't have Super Metroid. I'm like, yeah, but they got Breath of the Wild this early. Someone's actually speedrunning it live? Are you kidding me? That's freaking awesome.
Considering how big of the game is, and everybody's saying it takes so long to beat, that's very interesting.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
I
no,
saw
I
them
don't know if we'll be
do.
able to watch it, but because we might be at PAX at the time, which is where the whole scheduling is so bad because it's the worst time to have a convention
I
for
know.
me.
Well. There is a beautiful thing on Twitch called Past Broadcast, and you can go and
True.
watch it. And
Yeah,
Well, that and they'll have it on YouTube as well.
yeah, that
yeah,
too.
they will have it on YouTube.
No. Like seriously, like I was really surprised how early PAX South is this year, because last year it was like the 20th and the 20 something and the 19th, I believe.
Hmm.
And it's like, dude, like, because even I was talking about Optic Midnight. Optic Midnight was gonna go to PAX South, but also MLG New Orleans is happening the same weekend at PAX South, and
Oh man,
she was like, I gotta go to the COD event, so I'm not gonna be able to go. She's like, I was like, man. She's like, you for sure going? I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be at the Able Gamers booth. She's like, man, I really wanted to go, but she's I'm gonna be at the MLG New Orleans, so it's gonna be interesting because I know a lot of people are going to MLG New Orleans. Actually, my wife wanted to go to MLG New Orleans, which is really weird. My wife actually told me, Bezoid, my wife wants to go to a Call of Duty tournament and watch it.
What?
I was like, what? And she actually said, maybe if we can, maybe I'll go to PAX Saturday and Sunday, and if not, then I'll definitely go to PAX with you next year. What? What? I was like, what did I do?
Mrs. Handy says she'll throw money at the screen.
Yeah, she's gonna throw money at the screen. And,
Throw money at the screen.
and I was like, you legitimately want to sit down and watch a Call of Duty tournament? Well, yeah. I was like,
Man, you
oh,
had the biggest smile.
I was like, can I get this in writing, please? Can we like record this or something? Because this is monumental or whatever. I can't even think of the freaking word right now. For just freaking a memory that'll freaking last in my brain forever. It's freaking crazy. So
Handy
yeah,
ascended to a Super Saiyan.
for real. I was like, man, if I could get up and jump and walk right now, you wouldn't know. But yeah, so it is crazy. Like, yeah, so we'll see what happens. I'm kind of interested to see because but all these conventions happening at once, like it makes me wonder which one's gonna get hurt the most.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, I was thinking that.
is
So
it
many at
because
once.
PAX South is not far away from New Orleans, so I know a lot of people are going to. Texas is not far from New Orleans, so a lot of people are going to New Orleans. So I'm wondering if the COD tournament's gonna get hit worse, or if the PAX tournaments or the PAX convention's gonna get hit worse. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I was disappointed to find out that there probably is not no Overwatch esports tournament this year at PAX, which really sucks because that's what really got me into Overwatch. That's what pushed me over the edge. That's what made me go buy Overwatch the very next day because I sat there and watched an esports tournament live at last year's PAX South, and I got a front row seat and everything, and it was amazing. It
That
was
made you throw money, huh?
Oh, it made me. Oh, it was so like the hype was just so crazy. I remember the team. I remember the person. His name was Grim, and he was using McCree. Dude, he was like a beast with McCree, bro. He was just like freaking getting headshot after headshot after headshot and just murking people, and the crowd was going nuts. Like, you think like tournaments are not hype like when you're watching it on stream, but when you're actually there, it's so electric. It's like it's amazing. It's really amazing. So yeah, that's what turned me into Overwatch. So I'm kind of disappointed that there wasn't an Overwatch. Maybe it's just not listed because I don't remember last year it being listed. So maybe it'll be there. Maybe it'll be there. I don't know.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
it's
the thing
there.
about PAX is that they list a sort of a mini schedule, but they don't always tell you everything that's going to happen because they like certain things to be a surprise.
Right.
So don't lose hope. There might be something going on. Like a lot of what I saw was a lot of Magic the Gathering stuff.
I know.
Like
I was
they're
really
having like a
surprised.
pre-release, which pre-releases are big. So they're having a pre-release. They're having a bunch of tournaments. Chances are I'm probably going to be participating in some of those because especially if some of my old boys are going to be there and they see me, they're going to be like, "Do I come with me?" And I'll be like, All right.
Ugh.
They
Okay.
already know what's up because they have a couple of what they call 2HG, which is two-headed giant, and I'm actually well known for doing really well at the two-on-two tournaments. So if someone that I know sees me, I know what's going down. So just know that I might disappear for a while.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Um, also, the, here's another tournament that I did see listed. I don't know if you saw it, but
Mhm.
they're having a Star Fox 64 tournament.
Yeah, I saw that.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Um, I was like,
man.
man,
Mm-hmm.
and I love the one player. I don't think the multiplayer is really that good,
I don't think
but
it's tournament. I don't think it's tournament worthy. I think it's fun. I don't think it's tournament worthy, to
I
be honest.
agree. It's not really
Yeah.
tournament worthy. I think that's more of just like a classic gaming, let's have fun kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So nothing to really take seriously. But I saw that, and normally I'd be hype about it, but I only care for the one player mode. I really don't care for the multiplayer.
There also will be. This is another one that I'm hype about for both of these: Street Fighter 5 tournament and a Tekken 7
Hmm.
tournament. I'm
Yep.
I'm hoping. I'm getting my handicap pass this time too, so we'll be able to get the first. We'll be able to be the first ones to sit down and the last ones to leave, and we'll be able to sit at the front. And we'll also get to cheat all the lines too. Um,
Nice.
Now, I'm wondering, will they show off Noctis
I I
for
don't know.
Tekken
That
7?
would
I
be
don't
cool.
know. That would be cool.
That
Again,
would be awesome
again,
because
again. Let me rephrase this too. I'm not gonna be doing all this stuff. I will be at the booth and I will be supporting able gamers. But this is like during times that maybe I'll be able to get a break from the booth and stuff like that. But maybe hopefully so I can
I'm,
see
I'm
so to.
I'm thinking there might be they might be showing him off because I got some good news.
Oh,
The City of Final Fantasy dropped today,
what?
and it's out right now.
What is that right
Um,
now? What? Wait. What?
Final Fantasy NT Dissidia is
Uh huh.
out.
The DLC.
No, the game, the
Oh.
new Dissidia game that just came to the PS4. That was
Oh.
over the seas on arcade.
Uh
They
huh.
brought it out. They had the beta. It was a few months back. I
Yeah.
remember you guys talked about it. I was in the chat back then, and I was telling you about it. But
Oh wow,
Yeah.
the
that's
game
crazy.
itself dropped today,
How much is
and
it?
I believe it's 60. I believe it's 60.
Woo!
Yeah,
Well,
but
it's a $60. It's
it's a
worth
sixty
sixty
dollars. It's
dollars.
worth $60, and it looks beautiful.
Really?
It really. I'm actually looking at Mr. Happy right now, play with Ultimecia,
Are you throwing your
and
money at the
she
screen?
looks.
Are you throwing your
I
money at the
I,
screen?
I think I am.
Uh
I
oh,
think
he throwing
I'm
his money at the screen.
doing.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
Ultimecia
Nice.
looks awesome as well. And if you
Man,
don't know who Ultimecia is, that is the she was the villain from Final Fantasy VIII,
Yep.
and she is awesome. She looks really good. She looks very powerful, actually.
interesting. Interesting. I also got a new game this this week thanks to a viewer. I didn't ask for it, but they missed me playing Call of Duty on Xbox One. So one of my subscribers threw their money at the screen and bought me Call of Duty World War II for Xbox One.
Uh oh.
Yeah.
Uh
Hmm.
oh.
Yep. So I got it for both systems now. I played it. To be honest with you, I've played a couple of games. It really doesn't feel that much different from the PS4 version, honestly. I really think that it has to do with internet connection,
Mm-hmm.
um, and stuff. I don't know, but I will say this: for some reason, my internet got boosted. I didn't tell them to boost my internet, but both. Okay, so on my Xbox One, I'm pushing 291 down, and on my PlayStation 4, I'm pushing a 198 down. What the flip?
What?
I'm only supposed to be getting 100 down.
Is it that fiber optic that they have?
You know what I'm thinking? What happened? Because they went behind, like they went outside and did some stuff. I think they accidentally hooked up the. I actually think they put the outlet that was the Time Warner one, and they put it in the AT&T fiber optic one, and I think I think my modem is running fiber optic right now. That's what I'm thinking, because
Well,
I
congrats.
I know.
Congrats.
So I don't know what's happening, but yeah, yeah. So I don't know. It's pretty crazy. So I got a new game too. You're gonna have to give us a review on it and let us know what you think of this
Okay,
Final
definitely.
Fantasy.
Definitely.
I'll
This
let you.
idiot on
Oh,
PS4 finally.
Yes, I've been so waiting for it.
Dwight, are you throwing your money at the screen?
Oh, absolutely. Matter of fact, income tax time, it's going down. So,
Oh,
Is this an online game?
yes, it is online. It is 3v3 as well. So, oh man, we can actually team up.
oh yeah.
So is it like an MMO online,
Oh, it's like
or is
uh I would say, okay, remember Dragon Ball I think it was Budokai?
yeah,
Yeah.
No, the Tenkaichi series
yeah,
where you had the screen and you could see you and you could see the opponent, but you mostly follow your character.
right.
That's the viewing, but it's like more combo-esque.
So it's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game, yeah.
Ooh, okay. I might
Yeah,
have to
that's
throw my
good.
money at the screen.
You might have to throw it at the screen.
I might have to throw it
looks
at the
beautiful.
screen.
It really looks good, and it's got all the heroes and the villains from all the Final Fantasy series. So.
Oh, I might have to throw my money at the screen hard.
Your money at the screen, or your money
At the screen. I gotta make that song, man.
Also, it is two other games that's coming very, very soon. January is looking very good for the gamers.
Which is very surprising, because normally it's November and October is the gaming
Yeah.
season, but January seems to be on fire. What games are those?
One is Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter
See?
will be dropping the 26th of January.
Mhm.
And the other one on the same day is Dragon Ball Z Fighters.
Oh, see,
That's
that was the
right.
one I was waiting for too.
Dang.
Dang it!
January is looking really good for gamers, yo.
Dang it!
Yeah, yeah. Well, they have to go hard. Like 2017 went so hard that they're just dropping bombs early. They're like, you know what? We're just gonna come out of the gate swinging, letting you know that we're not done. Like
Yeah.
2017 is past, but 2018 is still gonna be fire, and I hope that they keep up this pace.
Yeah, yeah, because
that'd be awesome.
the news that I gotta confirm is right after those two drop, and I'm not sure. I just heard this one. God of War supposed to drop on the 31st, and I'm like, oh my god, you kidding? You're
Oh
killing me.
my god, y'all are
I
killing
didn't
my
think it was coming
wallet.
out in January. Well, I thought it was coming out a bit later.
I heard
Oh my
June, but then
God.
I seen a report yesterday that says the
Mhm.
31st, but I have to confirm that. Everything else is confirmed, but this one is more of a report. So,
Okay.
That's the one player game I would actually do a playthrough on stream.
oh man,
Because God of War is just so, I don't know.
Like, I've been
It's a
waiting
good
for
series.
God of
Like
War.
even me and my girlfriend were playing it for a while on PlayStation Now. Yes, PlayStation Now. You could actually play God of War 1, 2, and 3, and we actually like went through some of those. It was pretty legit.
God of War, that is one series that just brings back because my younger brother, he used to watch me play God of War. I used to watch him play Devil May Cry. So that was like the one series that we would watch each other play and be like, "Oh man, you're so awesome at this."
I just love the storyline of God
The
of War.
story
The
was
storyline was awesome, and then the fact that was back when you did the combos and then you hit like the certain button to do certain things. Like back
Yeah.
in his day, and like even for PS3, the graphics were amazing. Like that's when I remember God of
Yeah.
War. PS3, like PS3 and PS Vita, like that was probably one of the best games to have on your PSP. Was like God of War. If you didn't have God of War on your PSP, then you were broke. you
That,
were.
and I remember when Crisis Core for Final Fantasy was on the PS.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man,
Definitely.
Crisis Core was hype. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Crisis Core was hype.
Definitely. Well, we kind of got off track, but we got some hype stuff.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's a hype day, man. It's a hype day.
It's hype day. Man, I got some crazy stuff to talk about too. But OG, why don't you go ahead and drop us with some knowledge?
So, not only is console gaming going hard this year, mobile gaming is going hard this year.
Oh, do
And
tell it.
Uh-oh.
typically, I only have about one thing every now and then, but I got two things. I'm only going to drop one right now, but I got two big
You got
bombs
two?
right now.
Two.
Two mobile gaming bombs.
Oh my
First
Jesus.
and foremost, it's
Man.
more of an accessory thing, but I think this is really legit, and I'm thinking about possibly updating my phone to get this sometime in the future. But now, there are certain companies, and let me bring up the article because I want
Uh-oh.
to make sure that my facts are correct.
Oh, you bring them
Because
facts.
I'm bringing them facts. That's right. There are two companies that are actually making controllers for
What?
mobile gaming, specifically for mobile gaming.
Hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
As a matter of fact, and this was just reported yesterday, so I
What's up,
literally
DB?
got this at the last minute.
Uh-oh.
But basically, it's GameSir and Game Vice. Now, Game Vice is actually an American company, and I believe GameSir is an overseas company. But basically, yeah, they have in the way the controller looks, it almost looks like an N64 controller, except for it doesn't have like a thing in the middle. It's just on the sides.
Mm-hmm.
But you attach your phone sideways on top of the controller, and then you can actually play your game using a controller as opposed to having like the tap the screen and stuff like that.
I've seen some
The
things
work,
like that already, but the fact that
but they're
making...
trying to
Go
they're
ahead.
trying to make it like mainstream now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the American version from the American company is like $50, but the overseas version is like $80.
Mm-hmm.
And they're also it's supposed to be compatible with VR as well because apparently
What?
VR and
Yeah.
mobile gaming are doing a thing now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
when I saw that,
Samsung has got mobile or VR on like lock. Like
oh yeah.
Samsung is doing big things with VR.
The reason that I have to upgrade though is that according to what I'm reading, as far as like what it's compatible with, if you have a Samsung Galaxy, it's S7 or better, and I have an S6, so which means I actually have to upgrade
You might as
if
well
I
upgrade to
want
an
to
8.
take advantage of this. I mean, yeah, if I'm
I
gonna upgrade, I'm probably gonna upgrade to an 8. You're probably right, because
I
why be a grade below?
Right.
I have 1 month left, and I will be having my Note 8.
Oh, I love my Note 8 so much.
I know you got a Note 8 handy, and I'm so envious. I want
I
so
love
bad.
it so much, dude. Like it's the best. It's the best vlogging phone. The best like thing. Like if you go watch my Bean Boozled, like my brother-in-law was like, "What camera did you use? Did you use Because my sister-in-law's got a $500 camera that she never uses because she was gonna do photography, but she's not doing photography. It's just sitting there. She's like, "Did you use so and such camera?" I was like, "No." Well, what camera did you use? I was like, "My phone." He's like, "You got this from your phone?" And I was like, "Yeah." "What phone is that?" I was like, "The Note 8." "That's amazing." And I was like, "Yeah, I know."
February 6th. That is the day I've been looking for. I
Oh.
want the Note 8. I want it.
I love it. I love it.
Are you saying that they're going mainstream, no low budget accessory, mainstream controller?
Yo, Boobies, thank you for the biddies. Let's go. Biddy song on live. Man. Thank you so much.
I know you're gonna be happy with all the mobile games.
Oh yeah, no, this is going to be hard. And the question is which one to get, and I'll kind of give you the difference between the two. So basically, the overseas version, GameSir, is built just like a regular controller, but it has dual. Basically, it has a vibrating feature. You know how like the Rumble Pack is.
Yeah.
It's basically like that. So like if you get punched or you crash in like a racing game, you actually feel it. So,
Feel the
but
power.
yeah, it kind of like hugs. The way that it looks is that like it, pretty much hugs your device. Yeah, feel the power. The battery life is like 18 hours, and apparently it's rechargeable using USB cables, which
Nice.
is the
Love
best
it.
way to do it.
If you don't got a
Um,
USB cable, then something's wrong.
Now, on the other hand, Game Vice, which is the American one, it has no battery, and it actually charges the phone as it's playing.
That's interesting.
Oh,
I
Snap.
like that. I like
Yeah.
that already.
So that's why I was like, do I want the rumble feature, or do I just want to be able to just have my phone charged so I can just play all freaking day long?
But the games,
So, you
but the
know,
games you play, you really don't need the rumble feature though.
Right.
exactly. So I'll probably go with the whole like let's just charge my battery infinitely. Hopefully it doesn't like burn out the battery as far as like overheating and whatnot.
Overheating. Yeah.
I have to like test that. But I mean, other than that, I mean, this seems really legit. And these aren't even coming out until sometime this year. The ones that these two major companies are doing, it says 2018, but it doesn't have a date yet. I think one of them may have just released, the other one is still on the works. But yeah, it's a thing, man. Mobile gaming is gonna be going hard, so
So
you know.
I have
be on the
another
lookout.
thing.
That is
I have
huge.
another thing to mention about Samsung that a lot of people don't know, and you will be able to do this once you. Well, you probably already can do this. You have a S7, you said. There's an
S6 is what I have.
S6. Oh, S6. Okay, you may need an S7 or higher. But they automatically have an app for the Samsung phones. You download. It's called SiSync, right? And basically, what that does is you download that on your computer, and basically it becomes a capture device for your phone. So basically, say for instance, if I wanted to, I can now stream my mobile games because basically it shows exactly what I'm doing on my phone, but it shows it on my computer.
Wow.
Yeah, so basically I can sit here and, make a high quality YouTube video, or I can sit here and stream it right now and show you guys like what I'm playing on my phone, which is pretty cool. Yo, yo, yo!
Yeah, you
playing
gotta be careful, get
playing
some,
playing some Fortnite today. No, man, today's podcast, buddy.
you gotta watch for the Mrs. Handy pictures.
Yeah,
Gotta watch.
yep. And the text and all the
The
flirts.
text.
So if you do this, you got to make sure you turn your text notifications off or whatever.
Right.
Whatever you do, but yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool. And when I was
That is
thinking,
a cool
and
feature.
when I was thinking of that, I was thinking of you, OG, because I know you said eventually you want to get a computer, and yeah, that would be pretty cool for you to when you want to do YouTube videos, or if you want to stream your your gaming, your mobile gaming stuff. And if you're getting a controller, that's even better. So that's even cooler. What did he say? He said, Roger that. Yeah, man. So what is tomorrow? We might do some Fortnite on some Able Gamers tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I'm kind of enjoying playing Overwatch on Able Gamers. I was doing work last week, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, so you might want to check that out there, OG, when you upgrade your new phone. Check
Yeah,
out
that's
this.
going to be in the future, though. I don't know exactly when this is going to happen, but I do want to do this in the near future for sure. Because honestly, like having to play on the phone, the way I have to hold it, it's kind of damaging. Because honestly, my wrists are not in great condition anyway. So being able to use a controller will be a lot more comfortable than having to like kind of like hold the phone a certain way, or like put a pillow between me and the phone so that like I can be comfortable. I can it'll be make things easier on me in general. So I'm really
Definitely.
looking forward to getting that done.
Definitely.
Well,
Well,
you're gonna have to give us the thumbs up or thumbs down when you get
yeah,
it.
you got to do a YouTube
I'll-
video on it, review it, man.
Yeah, I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to this. I'm actually thinking about getting one. That sounds
Mhm.
awesome.
Yeah, that really
Mhm.
does. I might get one
Real
too,
legit.
because that's the main reason why I don't play a lot of cell phone games is because I'm not a phone screen toucher. Like I like having a controller. There's something just like having a controller.
Thank y'all for the
Yo, boobies for the biddies. Thank you so much.
Oh, boy, the Biddy song.
The Biddy song, man. Everybody loves the Biddy song, man. It's crazy. I have never met anybody that said, "Yo, that song sucks." Which, but I'm sure it'll happen eventually. But yeah, like I'm totally like I'm very interested to see because I'm a guy that likes the controller myself.
Oh,
yeah.
It's just something about having a controller. That's another reason why I don't like PC games because I don't have a controller in my hand half the time.
Yeah, I can
So-
feel you there.
But definitely. Oh, so let me see what I'm gonna drop on some knowledge right now. We shall drop some knowledge on. There's a new streaming platform out right now called Caffeine. I accidentally stumbled on this. Actually, I stumbled on it and this is props to OG. Guess how I stumbled across this?
Facebook.
Yep, showed up in my newsfeed. You're a streamer. Try Caffeine today. Which I don't know how Facebook said, "Hey, we know you're a streamer. You stream on Twitch. Why don't you do this?" I looked into it. It's interesting. Basically, you don't need. I mean, you can use it with OBS, but you don't need OBS. It basically, you download their thing and like pretty much like you just put in the game you want to put in, create your you create your account and then you type in the game that you want to play, because right now they only support so many games, and like say they support PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, Overwatch, some of the big games, and of course you have to be on PC for right now. They don't really do console gaming, but for you PC streamers, like all you do is you freaking put in the game title, and then then you just create your account and then you just hit start stream and it automatically starts streaming. Now, some of the cool features about it, I don't know if it's game changers, but I thought it was very interesting. You know how you see my webcam right now?
Yeah.
Guys? You know how you guys can't move it right now, right?
Right.
You guys can't move it. Well, with Caffeine, that if you are watching my stream on Caffeine, you can actually move my camera to a better angle so you can see either like different parts of the screen that necessarily that you can't see. And the crazy thing about it is it doesn't move it for anybody else. It only moves it for you. That's freaking crazy. And then say for instance, if you don't like my face, well, you have the option to turn my face off and leave it on for everybody else. So I thought that was pretty interesting. Now, the other thing that they're pushing is, which Mixer already does this, is that there is no delay at all whatsoever. I've watched it. There's really no delay, but again, that's streaming through looking for the switch. That's streaming for their services. I'm pretty sure once you stream or you use OBS, which a lot of people figured out how to use OBS, there will be a delay, because I mean, let's face it, OBS automatically adds a delay anyway. In fact, I think if Twitch was to get rid of like streaming through OBS and they had their own streaming services, like these other ones do, I think that there would be no delay on Twitch. But that's just an hypothesis. That's just a guess. So that was pretty interesting. And then I don't know if I would recommend it to anybody. It's still in beta stage per se, but if you are looking to be different and new, and you are new to streaming and you want to check it out, it's kind of like one of those things, like, why not? Because you may not like Mixer, you may not like Twitch. Go give Caffeine a try, I guess. But the same thing with Mixer though. There's no audience. There's no audience. That's where Twitch wins every time. Is that there's an audience. You have a bigger chance of getting an audience more on Twitch than you do necessarily anywhere else, only because there's actually people watching Twitch, not necessarily because there's less people watching people, but there's more accounts on Twitch than there is anywhere. I think the highest people on freaking Mixer only have like 700 viewers, or 200 viewers, 300 viewers, but you go look on Twitch, you got people in the thousands. Like freaking Dakota was like, I was watching Dakota yesterday. He was like in the 4,000s. I'm like, what the flying flipper zipple? But another thing that I want to go, and this kind of goes hand in hand. I don't know if any of you guys watch the CES convention? Do you know what the CES convention is? If not, I'll kind of explain what it is. Basically, it's like a technology convention. Do you know what the CS convention is, Bezoid? It's
No,
kind of
I
like,
don't know.
No.
I don't remember the actual term of it, but it's actually like basically with like a lot of technology, like with cell phones and computers and stuff like that. And he had 10K today. See, I'm telling you, Dakota's crazy, man. So the one thing that caught my eye about the convention was GeForce Now is now out for PC. So, and what is GeForce Now? For those that don't know what GeForce Now is, basically what it is it's a gaming service system that allows you to play games like on demand for certain amount of money a month for $8 a month. But the beautiful thing about it is you're playing it from a cloud. So the only thing you need is a really good internet connection. So check this out. You can play basically this is why it caught my attention. So basically I was seeing a demo of it yesterday. So this guy was playing PUBG on a worser laptop than mine. Like it was like an i3 or something, and it like had integrated graphics. Because the beautiful thing about this is all the heavy load is in the cloud, and basically you're just playing the game. So basically you could play PUBG at 120 frames per second in the cloud, but it comes to you like in 60 frames, and there's no heavy load on your computer. And so you could play games like Fortnite, you could play games like PUBG and all this, and there's no heavy tax on your computer as far as CPU or graphics card. Like you don't need a GTX 1080. You don't even need a graphics card. You can, like this person was showing on the thing, you can legitimately play PUBG better than it's on the Xbox One right now. You can play it with an integrated graphics card because it's all coming from the cloud. And he was playing Fortnite on integrated graphics on ultra settings also. So it was pretty freaking amazing. Now, like I said, the downside to it is you have to have an amazing internet connection. But I mean, we know where my internet's at right now, and that's pretty good. So it really caught my eye. I thought that was really cool. The fact that they are making it where you could pretty much play PC games without having like a beefy computer, but you just have to pay $8 a month. So it's like pretty much Netflix kind of.
Wow. Well, Just DB gave you the CS, which means Consumer Electronics Show.
Yeah, there you go.
Now, actually, when I read that, I was like, wait, that sounds familiar.
Right.
I think I know the convention you're talking about now.
Yes. That was happening this week.
Oh man,
yeah. Dude,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's already out right now. You can get it right now. I actually looked it up. Before I was and there's a bunch of games like you can get and play. So I don't know. I've been thinking about facts checked. GeForce Now is not available yet. It is still in really. Well, the video I said, they said you could get it. Maybe you can get it in beta. Maybe
that's what you probably can get it in beta.
But I thought it was pretty interesting.
They paid attention to PUBG, so
yeah. I thought
they're gonna have it in beta for a while.
Right. I thought it was pretty interesting because, I mean, maybe that's where I'm gonna go play PUBG at. Maybe possibly, because I could still play. You could play PUBG with a controller, but I would have to hook up my other PC to stream from it because I wouldn't want to stream and play it from the same computer. So I don't know. There's a waiting list to get it due to popular demand. Well, yeah, because like I said, you can you can pretty much play a high taxing game that would, you would need a GTX 1080 and all this, and you can play it on a freaking integrated graphics card. So I mean that's pretty cool. You know what I'm thinking about? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You know what? I'm sorry. Told you when I go in, I go in. I apologize. I'm thinking about that's where I'm gonna maybe play H1Z1. Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe. Because I'm pretty
I
sure.
wouldn't be surprised at that list being a long list because
Yeah.
man, how many people is waiting to play with 60 frames per second because they don't have the equipment, you know, at home and they
Right.
got great internet. That's gonna be popular.
That's a game changer. That's a game changer, and I was gonna bring that to your attention too. That you might want to look into that too, just because I mean, hey, why put all that load? Like even if you have a beefy computer and you're able to do all that, here's my thing: why put all that load on your computer if you don't have to? That's my thing. That's my thing. You know, that's why even if I had a beefy computer, I would probably still stream. I would probably connect it together and still stream from this, because why put all that heavy tax on my PC? But that's just me. Granted, it may do all the component for you. I would imagine the late. Actually, they did a latency test and it really wasn't that bad. Like you couldn't even notice it. Like there was more latency problem when he played PUBG with when he played PUBG on an actual integrated graphics than it was there. Like you really it was probably like a half a millisecond. I'll post I'll get the video real quick and I'll post it in the chat so you guys can watch it for those that are in the chat right now. Because I literally watched this video yesterday. I was like, man, this is freaking cool. I thought it was pretty freaking awesome. So
that's game changer status.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah, that's game changing status. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, if it tends to work out, I'll pay $8 a month for it. You know?
Hey, you and a lot of people. A lot of people. Especially a lot of Xbox One users out there.
Yeah, that are like sad about PUBG right now.
Yeah, they're sad. I really hope that they fix that.
Actually, it wasn't that bad though yesterday. I mean it was it's been worse. But I mean, hindsight, it wasn't that bad. It only crashed on me twice during stream. So, I mean, but it's still pretty bad. It shouldn't even be like that in general. But, still, it's pretty bad. But, go ahead if somebody else wants to go ahead and drop some knowledge. Go ahead while I'm looking for this video real quick. And then we'll go into our big topic soon.
OG, I'll let you have the floor because you dropped a big mobile one earlier. I'm actually curious to see what the other one is.
Okay, so since you've so graciously asked, let me go ahead and pull up the next article that I found out. And this is, again, another big news for mobile gaming. Something that we're finally getting that's been overseas for a long time, but we just haven't had the chance to have. So basically, there is a game overseas made by a company called Tencent. Now, I brought this company up before because this is basically the mobile gaming company that makes more money than all mobile gaming companies, period. They have a game basically called Kings of Glory. Basically, it's called Honor of Kings over there. But they're finally going to be porting it over to the States and into Europe as well. And they're going to call it, I think it's called King of Glory is what it's going to be called. But over there, it's called Honor of Kings. So this is one of those games that has about 200 million players monthly. It's a highly competitive mobile game. And they're finally going to release in America, it's going to be called Kings of Glory. It just came out this month from what I've been told. But I haven't actually tested it out yet.
Wait. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're okay. Cool. Well, so basically, they're doing a revamped version of the game for us, and they're gonna name. Okay. So the actual name here, when it releases, is gonna be called Arena of Valor. It released in Europe in August, and in North and South America, basically, actually earlier this month.
Yep.
So
I see
that's
it right
pretty
now.
legit.
Arena of Valor, 5-on-5 arena game. I see it.
Yep, 5-on-5. Now, the way that it is basically a MOBA, which for those who don't know, it's multiplayer online battle arena. because we had a discussion a while back that we didn't quite get the terminology, so I'm
Pretty
putting it
much
out there
Smite.
now.
No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. And basically, you have 2 teams of 5. Each player has control of an in-game avatar that has weapons and magic abilities. It's kind of on the RPG-ish kind of genre. Think of like
Mm.
World of Warcraft 5-on-5 kind of a thing, and you're just destroying the other team.
Mm.
What they did to make it better here in the States is that they made it to where the matches would last about 15 to 20 minutes long, as opposed to it lasting almost an hour like the one overseas does. This makes the game more doable for competitive players and for casual players. So this is supposed to be a huge deal because again, this is like China's like #1 mobile game that they have lots of people playing at once, lots of money being made, and now we finally get a chance to see the most hyped mobile game supposedly. So when I saw that, I had to bring that up because
Downloading it now. Go ahead.
see, someone's already downloading it already. So there you go. I may demo it eventually because I'm always demoing mobile games as well. But I wanted to bring this up because if you're on the mobile game hype train, this is literally the train to jump on, and it's just brand new for the States. So
It's
like
freaking
now is
huge.
the
The
time.
file is huge. 472 megabytes. That's huge.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
Whoa.
freaking large. Yeah, it's a huge game. A
Oh,
huge game.
snap. I think I'm going to be downloading it.
Yeah, so I wanted to drop that big bomb because all the mobile game bombs are happening early in the year, so they're going to go hard too. I mean, they made a lot of money last year, and they're going to make a lot of money this year as well. So this is going to be really, really interesting.
DB's got some news. He's a silent reporter. Gaming news: GTA Online breaks its concurrent players after 4 years after release. I know, dude. Like, man, I still got GTA 5. I don't play it though, but man, they are doing some things. It's a lot better on PC though. It plays a lot better on PC. You could do a lot more cooler stuff on GTA on PC than you can on console. Like that's why I didn't play it. Like I started, like there was this one streamer that I watched. He's like a cop. Like he pretends. I don't know if he's a real cop or he pretends to be a cop, but he goes around and pretends to be a cop in GTA, and he does like all these like, I guess like you would look at it like cops, but in GTA style, and it's freaking funny. But then I was like realizing I was like, you can't even do that on the console, the way. But it's freaking cool. Like the way, like it's crazy. And here's another thing I want to announce about GTA. They are doing this, and they are still, and all their DLC is free. Every DLC they've come out. How many DLCs have they come out with, Bezoid? I'm pretty.
It's been quite a few actually. I can.
They just came out with a new one, like just
Yeah.
recently. I think they've come out with like 9 DLC packages, and their DLCs are not small. They're freaking huge.
Huge.
Like they're at least, I think at least a gig big. Each one of them's a gig, and so you got like I think it's 8. I think it's 8 of the 8 freaking DLCs. It's probably 8 or 9. And so that's like 9 or 10 gigs already. Fortnite news. Oh, another one by our silent reporter DB. Fortnite news. Now city underground mine and other points of interest to be added next week's update. Yo, speaking of next week's update, I'm interested to see what the campfire is going to be like. I think that's going to be an exploit in some way. Don't necessarily know how. I know Epic Games is good on their stuff, but I think that's going to be an exploit somehow. Because is that only going to be used during the squads, or can it be used in singles? Because how's that going to work? It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how that. You know what I'm talking about, right? Bezoid, the campfire thing that they're adding to the game.
Yeah, I know about it.
Yeah.
It's gonna be something. I want to see how it could be, because somebody's gonna find a way to exploit with it.
Oh, Campfire came out today? Ooh.
Yeah, it came out today.
No wonder if people asking me if I'm playing Fortnite.
I saw an update coming with that. They're gonna fix the footsteps that you hear because sometimes we only hear 1 foot of the 2 feet when somebody's running,
Mm-hmm.
and they're gonna fix that, and some hit detection. I heard they're gonna fix today as well.
Interesting. Interesting. I'm supposed to be editing videos. I might be playing Fortnite instead.
Well, we don't
Exploit.
know if they're going to be exploit right now, DV. We just you know
I'm just. It just seemed.
we're
It
just
just seems.
guessing because there's always something somebody exploit, like when they found the two pump shotgun exploit.
Yeah.
It's always somebody that finds something. So we're
Yeah.
not saying that there is one, but we're saying somebody always finds something. We're not surprised if they
Yeah,
will
yeah,
find
yeah.
something.
That's what I'm saying. I wonder if there is gonna be an exploit and what the exploit's gonna be. Yo, Diesel, thank you so much for that host. Like, are you gonna be able to kill somebody that's by the campfire? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And like, can you have more than one campfire up? You know what I mean? Like, what if like each one of your team has a campfire? You know what I mean? Like, there's so many possibilities. Like, I'm like, wow. And of course I have to play the game. These are all speculations and stuff, but that's what I'm just
yeah.
saying.
That's more speculation. Like the exploit was the two pump shotguns and using that so you won't have to reload.
They also
Um,
nerfed They also nerfed the boogie bomb.
Boogie Bomb, yeah.
Some people didn't like the boogie bomb.
You know what? I find it funny sometimes. Is I think the rocket launcher when it had the pumpkin was more fun than the boogie bomb.
I could see the boogie bomb being like, I could see it using being strategic. Like, say for instance, you are somebody, like your whole team is dead. Okay, so pretty much you're just DB, because that's pretty much what happens to just DB. And we're all dead and just DB's alive, right? And we're in squads. So think about it like this. Think about, like, he has a boogie bomb and he's coming up on a whole squad of 4 people. He hits that boogie bomb, all 4 of them people are dancing now, and now he can shoot and kill all 4 of them. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
I I think it's cool. I just think a lot of I'm not gonna say a lot of people because I haven't been watching Dakota play, but I think a lot of certain people like just don't use it right and don't understand it. But I think it would be cool. It gives you 2 health per second, 25 seconds, as long as you do damage faster than. Oh, okay. Okay, that's okay. Well, then that seems a little fair. Then that seems a little fair. I don't know. Fortnite been frustrating me lately. It just seems like I'm dying quicker. I've been playing a lot more PUBG, but that's just because of me. No, I tend to like to just chill. DB, you should have been on. You should be on the podcast with them. You're all. I keep telling him he should come and do a guest spot, but he's like, eh. I invited DB like months ago, like months ago.
He
Um,
likes being
he likes
the
being the
on the
silent
scene
reporter.
reporter.
He's like that reporter that, you know what I'm saying, that like, I gotta pay him in bits. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm just kidding.
He got a favorite
We gotta pay him in bits.
bit. He like having the camera out there on the scene, then sending it back to the anchor. And
but gets but would love, but this pesky work. Oh yeah, that's true. You do be working. I forget you at work right now. I forget you at work. But yeah, I've invited DB many times, a long time ago, because DB like always he always has that counter. That counter. It's like fight. It's like me and DB are fighting, like we're playing a fighting game, and he always throws that side counter right when you least expect it. And you're like, damn, side counter. Damn it, DB. I never met my I work. Sorry, changed podcast day to Friday. I can't do that, man. It's Wednesday, man. I can't change the podcast day to Friday. Xbox day is Friday. Although my next question to you, DB, this Friday, thanks to a certain viewer, are we playing Call of Duty this Friday or are we playing Fortnite? I have to ask, but so yeah, That's pretty.
PAX is this Friday, right, bro?
Oh yeah. I'm not
Oh,
streaming this
yeah.
Friday. I'm not streaming this Friday. I forgot.
Yeah, you're not gonna be streaming, bro.
Oh yeah, I'm not streaming. Or I might be playing games when OG comes over. But yeah, I won't be streaming. I won't be streaming.
I was thinking to myself like, he's gonna be amazing to stream and be at PAX at the same time.
Hey, technically, I can stream from my phone. I could do one of those IRL streams, but I don't know. Service will probably suck.
Oh yeah, it's gonna suck hard. You don't want that. You want quality.
Yeah. I'll be at PAX. I'm tripping, totally tripping. That's how like that. I'm so used to my schedule. Like, I just forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. So yeah, I'll be up. So tomorrow, Thursday, will be my last day. So tomorrow, at Able Gamers, we gotta make it hype, y'all. I don't know how y'all want to make it hype, but we gotta make it hype. Crew Dog, thank you so much for that host. I hope everything's doing all right, man. I know you haven't been streaming in the past couple of days. Hope life is good, man.
That's the GOAT, G. That's the
GeForce,
GOAT.
GeForce Now mobile. Yes, do it. Speaking of mobile and stuff, I was gonna bring this up, but I thought it was interesting that I saw the CES thing. Of course, people that don't know, Razer came out with their own phone. It's actually pretty amazing. It's actually really good for gaming, as far as mobile gaming. In fact, if you are hype in the mobile gaming, and that would be the phone for me personally for you to get, because of I think it's 120 megahertz or whatever. It's kind of like a computer screen, like you have no latency whatsoever. But the beautiful thing that I saw that they were talking about in the CES is like basically now they made it to where their phone goes into a laptop. And yes, didn't the podcast used to be on Thursdays? No, the podcast never used to be on Thursdays. The podcast has always been on Wednesdays. Always.
Wow, I don't remember podcast never being on a Thursday.
No, Able Gamers has always been even before Able Gamers, it was podcast Wednesdays. No sir, maybe you listen to it on a Thursday. But they had this laptop. Razer has this laptop to where basically now their cell phone fits in right as the laptop, kind of like a dock, but it's not docked. It actually fits in like right as like where the mouse pad would be, and your phone becomes the mouse pad. I thought that was pretty interesting. It's pretty cool. And then you can do everything that you would do on your phone on your laptop. It's pretty cool. So that's pretty interesting. A little side quest note. Yeah. But that's crazy. I've downloaded the game now. By the way, I'm not gonna play it now, but I have the game downloaded. I will be playing this game to see how it is.
Okay.
I'll let you know what I kind of think of it for a
little
bit.
Yeah, let me know because I'm actually interested.
Because
like I said, it's supposed to be super hype.
That PUBG mobile game, there's a mobile game that's kind of like PUBG. I played it for a little bit. I got burnt from it because of the controller screen. I thought it was changed once. 1.2. No, yeah, the time was changed. It was changed from the morning to the evening, but never days. Yeah, that was changed. Yes, it was changed to OG schedule, but the day never changed. It was, instead of doing it at 10 in the morning, because that's where we originally started doing the podcast, was 10 in the morning. That's when me and OG originally started, and that's when we were recording it and not live streaming it. And then once OG schedule changed, we changed it. What was it, at 6 at night?
It was 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
6 p.m. Yeah.
Yep. So there you go. Yep. The day has never changed, and as far as long as we're in control, we're gonna keep it on Wednesdays. I don't know. It's just something about Wednesdays. I like it because I love gaming and all, but this is a nice break from just gaming and like just getting to know and hang out with you guys, and then also get to hang out with the viewers too. I just like to sit and talking every once in a while. So
yeah, it's nice to just chill sometimes.
Yeah, it is. Okay, I guess it's time to bring up the big discussion, the big talk. I actually have two kind of bigger talks. as totally forgot the Dr. Disrespect subject. He's been releasing videos on his YouTube not his actual YouTube, but the Slick Daddy Club. The first video that I saw was, "Do you miss Dr. Disrespect? When is Dr. Disrespect coming back?" And it has like this thing about like guessing like when he's gonna come back. Like you know what it reminded me of, and it really put me on speculation. It reminded me of a WWE thing where like where like, you know, when a wrestler's out and then like when they're fixing to make their comeback, they have like this promo. Will he return?
Yep.
Da 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 da, and like that's exactly what it felt like to me. And then like he had this other video, like something about him like reacting to something, and then he has this other video of like his voice being on Amazon Dot, and then he has this other video of being on the Google Voice thing, like his voice being on the Google Voice, whatever you call that thing. So I'm wondering, and I know this is gonna hurt a lot of people, get people riled up, but hey, this is just my opinion. You either, you know, like it or you don't. I'm starting to wonder, what if this is like a WWE storyline? Because, you know, it happens in the WWE. They, you know, oh, Edge cheated on his wife. Oh, Eddie Guerrero cheated on his wife. Oh, Randy Savage cheated on his wife. What if it's just what if it's just something just to give him a break to you know, hey, I won the award, da 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 da, and it's all part of a storyline, and then all of a sudden he's back and boom, like I don't know, and again it's speculation, it's all guess, but what if it's just a WWE storyline?
Well, to answer that question,
I brought that up to begin with.
To answer that particular question, the what if that was the case, that would be bad. My belief is I don't think that is true. Now, do I think it was wrong with the whole putting it out there from the get go? I think it was wrong then, but I don't think that's what this thing is.
You don't
Whatever
think so?
that is, I don't think that's what this. Now, if it is, that's really bad. That's really very, very distasteful. But I don't believe that's what this.
I don't know, but it's like, then why would you have videos coming out like that? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I felt his confession was what? Was candid and from the heart, and can feel other people emotion, and he was in a lot of pain. You know, I don't know. But then, yeah, I mean, I see that too. But then it's like, you know, he's always described as, every time I watch him, everybody always say, yo, Cloudy, thank you for that host. Everybody always says he's like the WWE character of Twitch. That's what everybody always says, but they say WWF because they say he's like a WWF star from like the 1980s or the 1990s. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And then like, but my thing is like, why put those videos out? Like, if you were focusing on.
Well, if you're not going to be active for a while, you kind of want to don't let people forget you. So he has to make hype videos so that you don't forget and that you can look forward to his return. And then when he does return, boom, he's already got those viewers that have been waiting for so long, you know, and that's just the thing.
I don't know. I'm pretty skeptic on it. I don't know. I I don't know. I hope it's not fake, but to me it smells fake. I really hope it's not for him.
I really hope it's not, because I want it to be a positive thing. I don't want it to be the negative thing. It would suck it if it is a negative thing. I would not be happy.
Oh, he said he plays a persona, which makes it easy to not understand what is really him and what's really not his persona. Yeah, that's true too. Yep. I can
Very
agree.
True.
I can agree. And see, that's why I always say just be yourself.
Cool Dog and the Rabbits and Rick. It is about the same. That mustache is about the same.
Yeah. I mean, so I don't know. I mean, that's interesting, and and nobody else has speculated this, but this is just because like I've actually watched the videos because I'm actually subscribed to his YouTube, both to his YouTube. So whenever he posts something on YouTube, I get a notification, and I'm like, "What? He's posting stuff? You're supposed to be working on your family." And then like I'm just like, really? Like I'm gonna be honest with you. My wife says it's 100% fake. Like she said his like my wife like I don't know. But again, my wife's an outsider. My wife said those were crocodile tears. My wife said all this stuff. Like my wife is just like nope. She's like nope. It's
She's not buying it.
Nope. She said think about it. She said think about it. He just won all those awards and all this, and she said. And for it to happen just like right at that time, she said nope. She said nope. She said it, and I was like, and I can't counter her. Like, I mean, she makes a good valid point, but well,
I always said I always disagree with him putting everybody into it when he brought that out.
Yeah.
I hope that it was more of a positive thing. But I would just disagree because I'm never with putting that particular information out like that.
No, and I hope it is too, because I mean, why would you put your wife on blast? Why would you put your family on blast, and stuff like that?
But I don't think that this is one of those WWE type of things. Well, I'm hoping that.
Well, I mean, a lot of people thought that when the WWC stuff happened, they were like, oh, that's not fake, and then 20 years later, yeah, that was fake. That storyline was fake. You know what I mean? But I mean, you never know. And then the big story of them all. Of course, we're gonna talk about this. And I think his name's Jake Paul, right? I don't even remember his name.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul's issue, and we're not gonna talk about if it's bad or if he shouldn't have done that. We all agree that he shouldn't have done that. That was disrespectful. So to get OG up to speed, because he's not really into the mainstream thing of what goes on with this stuff. So basically, Logan Paul is this YouTuber, and he is like this major YouTube. Well, I wouldn't say he's major in my opinion, but he's somebody that goes out of his way to get that crazy hype. Oh my gosh, YouTube type video. And so there is and ironically, this is funny, right? So my wife, because my wife looks up weird stuff like this all the time. My wife already knew. This week, my wife was looking up about the suicide garden that's in China. It's called the Suicide Garden or something. And it's where people go into or not garden, but forest. It's where people go and commit suicide. Well, my wife was already talking to me about it because she was like, man, this is freaking weird. Like, can you believe people actually go to do this and like commit suicide in this forest? Like, that's sad. Well, then like a few days later, what's his name goes and makes a vlog in this forest. Like, he goes to China, goes to the forest, and makes a vlog about it, and he finds a dead body. And apparently, I've never seen the video. I haven't seen the video, but apparently he was like very disrespectful and like laughing and doing all this stuff, which is by any means is wrong. And it's very sad. And then he tried to do some kind of damage control, which I really don't think it was really any good damage control. He tried to say that he was trying to create awareness for suicide awareness. If you are creating awareness about suicide, you don't laugh and you don't joke about it. And being somebody that had a friend that died from suicide, it like really bothered my spirit that the fact that he would even like do that. And you know what's really bad is my nephew watches him. My 6-year-old, no, he's 9. My 9-year-old nephew watches him along with my other 5-year-old nephew, and they watch Logan Paul together. And then this is exactly what I that I want to talk about is us as entertainers or people as, you know, creators, content creators, entertainers in this kind of business, we have a responsibility to make sure we don't do stupid stuff like this, because, you know, people like my nephew and stuff, because let's face it, you know, people don't watch, don't go to a suicide forest and a camera. Yeah, exactly. You don't do that anyway. And it's like, why would you even do that? Like, and that's like, people get so addicted to the wanting to get viewers, to wanting to be viral, to wanting to get big, you know. And it's like, when is like enough? Because it's like, we have a responsibility as you know, as entertainers, to be careful what we do and what we say as entertainers, because we don't know who we are. We don't know who we're fueling. We don't know who we are influencing. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? My nephew could have watched that video, and, you know, who knows? I don't know if he watched that video. I hope and pray to God he didn't watch that video. And, you know, because, you know, that's crazy. You know, because nothing can stop your child from watching a video like this. And, but, you know, but you can't, you can't, well, clearly was in bad place. He shouldn't even have, like, you, like, and the optic podcast, they made a good point. Like, I mean, this is like, no, I'm not talking about race, but think about it, right? Like, this is a sacred Chinese, like, you know, sacred Chinese, Japanese area, and you're like like, you know, somebody, an outsider, going in there with a camera. Automatically, that's disrespectful, like, in every way. And you have to avoid.
Just call it the force.
Oh, I had to avoid saying the suicide forest, or be.
You can't say it.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like, the Optic Gaming Podcast did it, so I'll be alright. I don't get that many crazy viewers anyways, and I don't put it in my titles, and I don't put tags on the videos, so it is what it is. It's mainly for, you know, my viewers to come back and watch it. So
the thing that really got me when I heard about this Logan Paul story, and then I looked up the story, the thing that really got me is how many people defended him.
Oh, I know.
Just because they're subscribed to him.
Yeah, I know.
That was the more sad thing about it. It was really, really bad with him doing that, and then it was even worse that the people were defending him. And I'm like, you do know that this is kind of messed up, y'all. And I like this guy. You leave him alone. And I'm like, dude, what he did was uncool. That wasn't right. And then if you really go back and look at his video from him being over there.
Oh my God, Grandpa killed you in here. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
The thing, if you look at the video, even without him going to the forest, he was very disrespectful. He was really disrespectful. And I'm like, wow. And people are into this. They're really into being edgy, being shot. And I'm like, why? Why is that such a big thing to be disrespectful to somebody else? And why would you defend that? Would you want somebody to disrespect your culture?
Right, exactly.
No.
To think about it, that's somebody's father, that's somebody's brother, that's somebody's son. You know, and you know, that's just crazy. And the fact, and this is what I'm saying. And this is not just YouTube. This is across the board. This happens on Twitch too. So many streamers like do whatever they can to get viewers and to, you know, do what they want to do, that it, you know, it gets a little crazy. And that's why I'm saying, you know, we as streamers and content creators, we have to not get addicted to the shock and awe, because we get so addicted to the shock and awe that, and I'm just saying us as a whole. I'm not saying I do, because everybody knows like I ain't into that stuff, but that we lose sight of ourselves. And to be honest, I think he was a little bit crazy anyway. You remember the what handicap? Do you remember the blog?
Syndicate Squad in Japan.
Um,
He said he went there with the camera and they found a camp with a bunch of pills laying all around it.
yeah, I remember that.
I saw that too, Diesel Girl. The PewDiePie had a video.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
I face palmed immediately.
yeah.
Face palmed like, wow.
And you know, and you know, and I'm biting this from Hex, but you know, and that's another reason why I have a lot of respect for Optic too, is he was like, there's just some things you just don't do. Like, yeah, like he was like, I could have posted a video of Nate Shot and Skunk almost getting into a fist fight for the shock and awe, but what does that do for us as a team? How, like, yeah, we might have, missed out on views or whatever, but we're more respected as a team now than, look where we're at now. Like, we're highly respected because we don't buy into that hype. And, and that's the thing. Like, you gotta, like, there's, and I keep saying this, but us as streamers and us as content creators, we have a responsibility of what we post and what we do, and sometimes like we lose sight of that, and and it's because we get hungry for views. And another thing that blew my mind, my wife brought something to my attention yesterday, and she's this is what I'm saying. I'm just saying anything negative, like, on social media and stuff. My wife brought this to my attention yesterday, as she was like on her she was like training for her job. So they are at a training, and they were like you are not allowed to post anything negative about your job, even if you have a bad day. If you post anything negative about your work, you like you'll get in trouble. And they brought this lady up as an example. There was a lady that was in my wife's training class, and basically she posted something on Facebook, and it said, "At work, ugh," and like she had a picture of the office or whatever, and the lady was dumb enough to tag the place, and as soon as she posted, within 5 minutes, her supervisor's calling her and having her come to their office, telling her straight up, you either need to remove the post or you need to be removed from this office. Like, and see, that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't realize the impact of social media and YouTube and stuff. Like, we have a responsibility as the carriers ourselves. And like, with power, well, I always say this, with power comes great responsibility. You may not think it, but you as a streamer, you as a YouTube content creator, you as a voice on social media, you have a lot of power. And with a lot of power comes responsibility. And I feel like a lot of these people don't understand the power that they have, and how sometimes they can brainwash, people, and that's kind of like where, Logan Paul's, some of Logan Paul's people are at, in a sense, because like you said, like, they don't see it, they're blind by it, so they're like, oh, this dude didn't do nothing wrong, we all make mistakes, whatever. Like, really? Like, where in somebody's right mind does that make sense? You know what I mean? Where does it make any sense? It's the same thing with, certain streamers that do certain things. I'm not gonna go there because I don't want a 24-hour ban. There's actually, like, if you talk about like what's going on with the streaming community, with like showing titties for biddies and stuff, like joking, like if you like even if they're in the wrong, like you talk about it, you get a 24-hour ban. It's like all over, like you either get a 24-hour ban, a week ban, or a 5-day ban, or some craziness. Like it's crazy. Like you just can't talk about it. And what gets me is all of the video is in question in YouTube, and only respond after jackass question removed because of
What he's saying is, after 8 hours of being like on the front page, this video, YouTube themselves didn't remove it. He removed it after all the backlash. You know what I'm saying? YouTube didn't even do anything. They just let it stay there. Like, here you go. Look. One would think that YouTube would be like, hey, whoa, hey, I don't think we need to have this up. They didn't do that.
Yeah.
They just let it sit there like, sure, you can go for it.
And that's what I'm saying. There needs to become like a higher standard. Like I do enjoy the fact that anybody can stream if they have the willful and the power to stream, but I feel like there needs to, even when it comes to content creating, I don't know how, I don't know what it needs to happen, but there needs to be some kind of process that you need to come to before you can just
YouTube just hired 10,000 people to go through people's videos to check and see if they're doing stuff wrong. If they can do that, they can figure out a way to like stop that video from being up for 8 hours. They could do something.
Yeah, because that infected somebody for 8 hours, and then there's still probably somebody that's got it ripped somewhere. Because let's face it, guys, it's so easy to download a YouTube video. It's so easy to download a YouTube video. I'm not gonna tell you how to do it, but it's so easy. No, Ghost, I'm not trying to get you banned, buddy. I was just saying, no, I didn't mention the person's name, or I didn't mention any of the people. I'm talking about this in a news standpoint. What's up, Blackout? Just came in. Into what you guys are talking about. We were talking about the Logan Paul situation and how that it's not just like, him, but it's just a lot of people are, some people they get hungry for the hype, and, they go out of their way and do stupid things. Like, even like I said, even on Twitch, I've seen somebody like snort ketchup. Like, what? Like,
what?
Why? Why do something like why? If you watch,
that's hilarious.
And it's like, okay, well, I already did that last week, so what do I got to do again to get that response? And it's like, are you wanting people to follow you for you, or are you wanting people to follow you because you can do like the most craziest hype stuff you can to try to push the edge without getting banned? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna run out of stuff, and then I don't know. To me, that just kind of ruins the experience for YouTube and streaming altogether. Because that's all YouTube is nowadays. It's like, that's why it's so hard to get views on YouTube, because it's like you have to go out of your way and to do stupid stuff to get noticed on YouTube. Now, granted, does that give Logan Paul an excuse? No, that was clearly dumb on his part, and he.
There's people out here who hasn't done crazy stuff and rose to the top of the streaming or YouTube videos.
Well, yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people a lot more people gravitate to that, and I'm just saying, like, that's what I'm saying. You gotta stay, because the younger generation feel like you have to do that, but I'm here to say you don't have to do that. Just be yourself. Be yourself. You know what I mean? Like me. Look what this is a good example. Me on Twitch. Last year around this time, when I went to go meet Able Gamers at PAX, I only had like maybe 1 or 2 viewers, and I had 80 followers. Now I am at who knows how many followers, and I got a steady stream. Do I do crazy things like snort ketchup? No, I'm myself, and people enjoy me for me. And I sub to Livestream Fails YouTube, and that is about at the point where people doing stupid crap. Yeah, I mean, I watch it, but I'm just saying, like, I don't, maybe I'm explaining it wrong in a sense, but I'm saying, like, people are like, what do you say? You said, I sent your,
Microphone headbutt clip to them, but they didn't make it.
oh, really? Yeah, I was wondering. I was like, man, why haven't I made it yet? I don't know how it works, how it happens, but yeah, I was thinking my microphone clip should have made it, or what was the other clip? Or the lady clip should have made it. The lady clip should have made it by far, in my opinion. But
Yes, you're right, Diesel Girl.
what'd she say?
She said, but as broadcasters or video creators, we have the power to inspire and influence people in a positive way.
Right,
Logan's
exactly.
cause should serve a reminder of what not to be and inspire people to be more respectful to others.
Right.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I say. And I always say this. I say positive minds inspire lives. And this is what I'm here for, Like I knew, I knew I was going to be in a crazy area. Show it, Handy. No, Blackout, I'm not showing it. That's my goal, is to be the positive, the positive light, in a crazy world that we live in called Twitch.
Yeah, we spoke earlier of something positive that's very, as content creators are doing. That was like the Games Done Quick, which is over 426,000 now.
Yeah,
that
doing
they
it for
raised
cancer. Doing it for cancer.
You know.
Doing it for cancer. And I'm
Streaming
sorry.
Battletoads.
I'm streaming Battletoads.
Yeah, down Battletoads right
You
now.
know they're coming out with a new Battletoads game.
Yes, they are coming out with a new Battletoads, and I hope it is hard. I hope it got the difficulty that the old Battletoads had, because that's what made it so.
Kids can't hang with that, bro.
Oh well,
No,
look,
they
yeah, they
can't.
can't even hang with Cuphead.
Dude, I've been so itching to maybe buy Cuphead, but I don't know. I like it. My wife says it looks stupid. I like it. I think it's cool.
Yeah, my girlfriend doesn't like it either. She thinks it looks dumb too.
maybe it's because it's the whole thing of like, because actually the storyline is you get trapped in hell and you have to defeat these things to get out of hell. Maybe that's why my wife doesn't like it. I don't know. But
Probably.
maybe that's why your girlfriend don't like it. I don't know. But I thought the game looked pretty cool. The fact that they like they hand drew each character and each thing in the game, and like it actually looks like a 1960 cartoon. I thought the game was pretty cool.
I think it's a cool concept as far as like how they did the graphics basically, like you just mentioned, and then using an old school shooter profile with that. I think that was very clever.
Right.
So I feel it.
And it's $19 right now. So if you guys are itching to maybe possibly buy it, go to the Xbox One and buy it for $19. I haven't thrown my money at the screen yet. And what did Blackout say? He said, I meant the headbutt right. Dumb. Oh,
Yeah, he wants to see your headbutt clip. Not
he wants to see the
Morgan
headbutt clip.
Paul.
Oh, well, have somebody post it in the chat, man. I don't have like window capture all set up and stuff. I normally don't do that for the podcast.
Which is, that is something, the DB, because one of the guys that I do follow on, I think me and Handy follow on Twitch, is Say No to Rage.
Yes.
He doesn't cuss at all, and everybody's like trying to get him to that one day that he will cuss. But and I actually found on his channel is he's doing very well. He actually plays Fortnite a lot.
Yeah, he does really well. He also does tutorial videos on YouTube on, how to get successful on Twitch. Some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with.
Of course, yeah.
But he's really cool.
Which is how a viewer or follower should be. You should never just take somebody's word for initial 100% truth.
Right. Well, that's
you're gonna disagree about certain things.
That's why. Go ahead. My bad. I apologize. Go ahead.
You're never going to agree on everything, and
Nah.
it should be whatever whatever you see, whatever you're seeing from the person you're viewing or watching or following. You
Right.
should have your own thoughts. If you have similar thoughts, then that's fine. But if you disagree with it, but you're only agreeing because you're following that guy, it's not cool.
Right, yeah, like if you follow somebody because you feel like you have to agree with everything that you say, then that's like saying, "Oh, well, me and my friend, we've never had an argument before." Well, then that shit ain't your real friend. Me and OG, we've been friends for freaking what 20 something years.
Forever.
We've had arguments before, but we've done it in like in a respectful way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He knew deep down it was only because I give a crap about him. If I didn't give a crap about him, it wouldn't have made me mad. So
Yeah.
you know,
Diesel girl, that's funny because he's playing Fortnite now and he gets so salty, but he does not cuss. People have been watching him on Fortnite just because they know he's gonna be salty, and he has not cussed yet.
see, I try to not cuss, but sometimes it slips. But I'm the same way. I try to not cuss as much as possible on stream. You know what I mean? Or I try not to be negative at all. So now, sometimes I'm human. I slip up. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, but I'm the same way. I try to be as positive as much as I can, and to be honest with you, because the way I look at it, it's so easy to be negative on Twitch. Everybody's. It's like, So I'm a rebel. I'm a rebel on Twitch.
Yeah,
Uh,
he don't put down swearing. He just try not to.
yeah,
Because
exactly. I'm the same way.
he
I'm the
feels,
same way.
yeah,
I'm
he
the
feels
same way.
those kids.
Now,
So
if
he,
you
he
if you're playing with me and you swear, that's cool. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not gonna like control you. You just can't drop the N word in my stream. Um, you know, I used to allow it, but not anymore, just because of where I'm going. And it's like I never know when a 13-year-old or a 12-year-old or something like that's the thing, right? Like I don't know when my cousins are watching me, my nephews watching me, or like the other day I had somebody come in the stream and they said, "You know what, Handy? You know what I like about your stream?" And I said, "What's that?" And he said that I could sit here and watch your stream with my son, and we could watch it together, and I don't have to worry about you cussing every 30 seconds or something like that. And I was like, man, that to me hit me too. I was like, man, that's pretty freaking cool. You know what
you
I mean?
might hear flipping nipple.
Yeah, you might hear Flipper Zippo. You might hear a lot of Oh My Jesuses. You might hear something that might come out crazy. And that's how I was like, man, and like that like opened my eyes. I was like, you know what? I never know if a 13-year-old comes in here or a 14-year-old. And it's funny because a lot of 13-year-olds and a lot of 12-year-olds, a lot of 10-year-olds come in here and they want to play, and they might cuss, but somebody's got to be the example for these kids. Somebody's got to be an example, because at the end of the day, you never know. Like, yeah, it's like saying, well, you got to watch what your parents, kids say. But hey, if you leave your, and I'm just being honest, if you leave an access to where a kid can watch some crazy movie or something, well then, dang, like, that's they're gonna find it. They're gonna find a way to get around it. Just like on Twitch. They're gonna be around kids that are watching Twitch and a bunch of people. They're gonna find a way to see it. So, and hold on, what did Black Guy say? He said, "And shit, my 10-year-old daughter watches, but she tried to show that video, and I didn't want to look at that because I know she replied over and over, kids love
Yeah,
these people." Yeah, that's what makes social media dangerous. Yeah, exactly. So and I'm using this out of context of the way this person said this, but it starts with us. You may not be able to change social media, but You could be the difference maker for when people come to your Facebook, or when people come to your Twitter, or when people come to your channel. You may not be able to change Twitch, you may not be able to change YouTube, but you could be that different person. You could be somebody completely. Now, if that's not who you are on the inside, then don't be somebody you're not. You know what I mean? Don't be somebody you're not, because if you try to be that person and you're not that person on the inside, then it's gonna show. But don't always be yourself, but at the same time be your true self. But if you can be that positive person or be somebody that can do it, why not? Why do you think I pray before streams? Not because it's because I think people think it's cool, because it's a part of me. I'm gonna do it anyway, so might as well share it with the world, if I can. And Blackout, my son does too. It's scary, exactly. And that's what I think about. I want to be somebody where your daughter can come to my stream, and your daughter can come to my stream, or your son can come to my stream, and you can have Handy Kill Cam on full blast, and you ain't got nothing to worry about. Now, do I entertain adult conversations? Of course, because I'm around adults. I'm not gonna be like, we can't talk about that, of course. But that if your son's playing with me or your daughter's playing with me, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And that's just how it is. That's how I am. I don't know. Grandpa killed you. Keep it real. Exactly, Grandpa. I miss you, Grandpa. I love you, man. Y'all better not tell Grandpa the surprise either. Don't tell Grandpa the surprise. I'm just waiting. I'm just
gonna tell Grandpa Roll and give him his congrats. That's all I can do.
Oh yeah, and we also got to give Grandpa his congrats on his solo win on Fortnite. Finally, he beat me to the punch. We were kind of on a record to see who can get it, and he actually did it. So congratulations, Grandpa. Much love, man. I'm sorry, OG. Do you have anything you want to say, bud? My bad.
Sorry, I went on a tangent there.
No, you're good. You're good. I actually was familiar with the story you were talking about. I just didn't know what the name of the story was. But yeah, I actually did know about it. I am fully aware of what happened, and I completely disagree with what happened as well. That's just not something anyone should do. It is disrespect. That's part of a culture, and you have no business messing with that. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Simple as that.
Exactly.
So, because I'm actually really into Asian culture in general, like Japanese culture. I'm familiar with the term seppuku, which is a suicide term that's used in Japan. So that is a thing, and it's kind of a serious thing. And for someone to do what they did and pretend under the mask of trying to bring awareness, that all that was a publicity stunt trying to put them on the map, and a bad way to do it.
Yeah, and then trying to cover it up, and they did a bad way of covering it up too.
No, I'm just trying to bring awareness. Sure you were.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? You're not DJ Khaled and Logic. And for those that don't know what I'm talking about, they actually did a song for suicide awareness. Let's see. Yeah, the race is over. Sorry for your loss, Handy. Wish you luck on the next race. So what's the next race, Grandpa? You put out the next race. You let me know what the next race is, so I know what to get started on. Do you have a solo win in PUBG yet? Cause I've been playing a lot more PUBG. But you let me know what the next race is, and we'll go for it. Waiting on Grandpa to respond here. Did anybody else have anything? Any story?
First to 5 wins. First to 5 wins
on solos?
Yeah.
First to 5 wins? Okay, I still got to get one. You trying to give me 5? No,
okay,
I did. I don't know what you want to do, Grandpa. What you want? But anybody else have any interesting stories that they want to discuss? Or actually, since me and Bezoid took up that little bit of time, okay, OG, now it's gonna be me and you. I mean, oh yeah, OG, so now it's gonna be me and you. What are you looking forward to see in PAX? What are you wanting? What are you looking forward? Like, what are your main things you want to see at PAX? these next 3
Give
days.
me
Well,
1 second, right quick.
Uh-huh.
basically, I would like to see and actually be able to meet the group from Austin. I forgot Rooster Teeth.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to see them there. That'd be kind of cool, to see them because I'm somewhat familiar with their work, and I have been watching their videos as well. I'm familiar with a lot of the older content like Red versus Blue, and of course the late Montiom, all the good stuff that he did back in the day. So I'd like to show them some love if Ruth happens to be up there. I know they're based in Austin, so I figure if they're based in Austin, someone should be there representing them, or at least I'd hope so.
They might
So I
be.
would like to see someone there. And then I'm looking forward to some tournaments. I've already talked about how there's a million Magic the Gathering tournaments going on, so I might be obligated to participate in an event. We'll see.
That'd be
Um,
awesome.
because I don't have a lot of money to bring, so I might not play much. But we'll see. If they have some free events, I might do some of those. Other than that, I'm interested to see any like major video game tournaments live in person because video game tournaments live is the most hype thing that you'll ever see. Like when the crowd starts going wild, when people are doing crazy stuff, it's a different feeling. It
Yeah, it
really
definitely, it
is.
really
Like,
is. It's what got me into
yeah, yeah.
Overwatch. Like I said, like if it wasn't for
Hmm.
that, I probably wouldn't even be playing Overwatch right now.
Oh
But
yeah.
definitely.
The old days when I was playing like Street Fighter 3 competitively and Gears of War competitively, and being in a room full of people that were just like cheering me on and getting all hyped because of the crazy stuff that I was doing, like that's just a phenomenal feeling. That is a feeling that you don't understand unless you're actually there. Like
Right.
right now, if you've never been in that situation, you really don't know what it's like. Like you can kind of imagine it, but you really don't understand until you're there. And that gives you an interesting feeling inside. It's really, really cool. And I'm
Mhm.
looking forward to seeing something like that this week and some big like video game tournament moments. If I can get involved in something, that would be great too. But we'll see. I'll have to play that by ear. But yeah, I mean, those are the main things of just some tournaments and checking out Rooster Teeth and things like that.
Yeah, me too. I'm actually looking for. I'm hoping that Drifter's gonna be there this year. He was there last year. Drifter's
Mm-hmm.
a major Call of Duty YouTuber. He was there last
Mm-hmm.
year. Hopefully he's there this year. I was gonna meet. I was gonna potentially meet after midnight there, but like I said, she said that she was gonna go to. Unfortunately, she's gonna go. Well, not unfortunately, because it's gonna be hype there too. She's gonna go to MLG New Orleans. But I do plan on to meet some people there. I know I'm gonna meet some people at the Able Gamers booth. Some of the people that are that come by the Able Gamers. There are actually some people in Austin that they're gonna come by. They're already said they're gonna say hey, what's up. I'm also gonna meet one of my subs there. I believe Fire Teen's gonna be there. She's actually gonna be dressing up as a Destiny character from Destiny, which is gonna be
Okay,
pretty freaking cool.
Oh,
that's
So
cool.
let me guess. She gonna be Diva?
I don't know Destiny, not Overwatch.
Hmm.
Beastwood. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Destiny. She's gonna be a Destiny character. I thought you said.
yeah. No, I said Destiny.
Oh, I wonder
I,
who
was,
she's gonna be.
I don't know.
Wait,
She told me what she gonna be, but I don't forgot already. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm
I
the
wonder who she's gonna be.
I have no
Eric
idea. I
Moore?
forget. She might come in here in a little bit, but the biggest thing that I'm looking forward to is I love networking and
I wonder
and
will she be Amanda Holiday? No,
ah,
I'm looking forward to this. I gotta talk to Fire Team. I wonder who she's gonna
well,
be.
you gotta pay attention to the vlog because I'm gonna put it in the vlog. It's gonna be in the vlog, so you're gonna have to watch the vlog now.
Hey.
I'm not gonna do. This is the thing. I'm not gonna do an everyday vlog. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take like certain moments from like every 3 days and then like make it one big vlog, and that'd be cool. I think that would be better. Instead of because some people do like a vlog a day in those kind of events, and I don't know. I just want to enjoy the moment and just take footage, and then on Monday or Tuesday, start editing and doing the thing. Handy, handy vlog teasing. Oh crap! Yeah, like see, that's the only I like the vlog like when I'm actually doing something. Like it kind of bores me like when people just vlog like all the time and they're just sitting at their house and they're just talking about stuff. Like I want to see people actually do stuff. So like that's why I don't vlog a lot because 9 times out of 10, guess what I'm doing? I'm streaming. I'm streaming here. So where am I going? Nowhere. So that's why I don't vlog much. You know, in fact, I think the only vlog I ever did was so far on my YouTube was me preaching my mom's funeral, which is to some people weird, but to me it was pretty freaking cool because my mom was actually interested in me doing vlogging and she was alive, and so I dedicated my first vlog to my mother. So yeah, definitely. So that's gonna be fun, and I'm definitely looking forward to some tournaments. I'm really hoping that they have an Overwatch tournament there. I'm kind of be sad if there's no Overwatch tournament there. Um, don't forget, don't bring plastic, bring cash. Just to remind you, because
Yeah, I've always been a cash person anyway.
Okay.
So that's not going to be a problem. And as a matter of fact, since I actually happen to get paid that day anyway, I'll have to basically go to the bank before I hit up your place. But yeah, I mean, I will bring a little bit of cash on me.
Yeah.
We'll kind of see what happens from there.
And I'm saying this, and I'm bringing this out in the open because for those that have never been to a convention, a lot of times they use the at the convention. This is what happened to me. This is how I know. They use the squares. They're like the iPhone or Android readers to read your credit card, because a lot of times they don't have like credit card machines. Well, your bank 9 times out of 10 sees that as a fraudulent charge. So this is what happened to me, and this is what happened with me last year with our buddy Tim. Is they let me use it once or twice, and then the third time when I went to go buy something with my card, they froze my card, and so I literally could not use any of my money until like the next day. I had to call the bank, and they had to unfreeze my card, and so that sucked. And that's probably what it's gonna be like this year. So, and that's most likely what it's like at all events. So if you're going to an event, you want to make sure that you use your cash, or make sure if you do use your credit card, make sure that they have an actual credit card reader and it's not one of those squares, because 9 times out of 10 your bank or your credit card company is going to see that as fraudulent, and they will stop your card, and it's a pain in the butt. So little advice out there for you people that may be going to conventions, or maybe you might be going to MLG New Orleans or something. So, and I understand why they use those squares. It's convenient, but at the same time, banks have a little security thing against them. So,
and it depends on the bank, by the way, because there was a place I used to hang out at and game at that actually did use those, type of terminals. And I've honestly never had a problem, but I think it's because of the bank that I use. So it really depends on what bank you have. So you may want to call your local bank and ask them, hey, do you guys have issues with Square as far as like making purchases at their terminals?
well,
And they should be able to let you know.
yeah, well, I'm letting you guys know that are watching. Wells Fargo has a problem with squares. Wells Fargo does not like squares, so that's who I use.
Bank of America doesn't mind at all.
Oh, well, there you go. There you go. If you're Bank of America, you're fine. So just letting you guys know. Yeah, and then of course I'm just looking to have fun. Now I don't know how late we're gonna stay. Apparently the events.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna play it by ear because I
Yeah.
mean we don't necessarily have to stay till closing, and we can just leave when things just die down.
Right.
Basically, when you go to a convention, you never plan when you're gonna leave. You just play it by ear
Right.
because
Exactly.
you never know what's gonna happen. Despite what the schedule is, you never really know what's gonna happen. So you may end up staying later than you plan, or you may just find out that there's not much going on and you want to leave earlier. So
We may
yeah,
get
I mean, we're
crunk.
just-
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
it might happen. You never know. So just kind of one of those things. We just go and we'll just see what happens. I'm just upset that it's the same time as AGDQ. Like I wish they would have backed it up one more weekend so that I could
Yeah,
still
that
like
would
have
be
a weekend to enjoy it.
I'm upset it's the same weekend as the MLG New Orleans.
Yeah, like they really need to spread out these conventions and tournaments and stuff. Oh, that's okay though.
Yeah, but I mean, it is what it is. We'll see what happens.
It is what it is.
Also, for those that don't know, and this will be the last little bit of news that I dropped because I just remembered, the Overwatch League has started, and Overwatch and Optic has their team, and each state has kind of like their own team, and it's gonna be like a Super Bowl thing, pretty much. Actually, I think it's gonna be more like a world, so it's gonna be like different countries. But the Optic team is called the Houston Outlaws. So Optic is over San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston, like where they get all their stuff from. But their main team is from Houston. So, and they're called the Houston Outlaws. Actually, the logo looks pretty freaking sick. If you haven't seen the logo, go check out the logo. And in fact, their first game for the Overwatch League is, I believe, this weekend also in Las Vegas. So, a lot of things happening this weekend. Diesel Girl says, I wish I didn't live so far away from Game Chasers has their retro con every year. It would be awesome to go. They need to come to your house. Apparently, you got your own museum in your house. You need to go over there and be like, look, I got this for sale and I got this for sale. Come buy from me. That's what you need to be like, Diesel. We have games like sort of kind of like Game Chasers here in Texas. And we have some retro cons here, kind of. I don't think it's the same thing, but it's sort of kind of like the same thing.
Austin has one. I forgot what it's called, though.
Speaking of retro, there's actually a girl that she's attracted to objects more than people, and she's attracted to Tetris, and she's openly admitted that she has a committed relationship with Tetris, and she has filed to marry her Tetris game. This is the old Nintendo game. The Nintendo. Yes. So, pretty interesting. Apparently you can marry objects now.
That's a thing, I guess.
I wonder which her piece is her favorite piece. Just saying. Pretty interesting. I don't know. That's pretty weird. Would you...
Really, really weird.
Bezoy, would you marry a game?
Would I marry a game? No.
He said no. I was just see what he was gonna say because Bezoid is planning to get married. So
yeah. I think my fiance would kill me if I would try to marry a game.
She said, "I'm still waiting on my part of my old Super Nintendo. Oh my God, that's crazy. People are falling in love with cars and
I mean, I actually know a lot of, I know back when it was a Sonic fanboy thing where they were actually marrying the characters from Sonic.
That's crazy.
Oh, it was a whole big thing. And there was a whole scandal on it too because these people were marrying furries that were underage.
What?
Underage furries. And
and for people that don't know what furries are, it's people in a suit, right?
Yeah, they were legally going to get marriage license of them marrying a little girl furry that she's like about 8, and I'm like, your guys are letting this happen? How? I'll look that article up, and next week
next week that's Big Bezo's topic.
I'll bring that to you. Yeah, it was a big thing though. It was a big thing where Sonic, it was craziness. It was craziness. It was like a cult.
And she said, "What forms are a what furries are a weird society of their own?" Yeah, Fury. Yeah, I watched the HBO series on Furies, and yeah, let's just say it's something that will never leave my mind.
Yeah, it weirded me out when I saw that. I was like, people are marrying. Then I'm like, she's 8 years old, and you're saying I'm married to the Pokemon too. People. Oh man.
And they've been people blaming on video games. Those are people with weird mental illnesses. But guys, I don't know.
I think it's that time that
Yeah.
maybe we should wrap it up. They're about to have a really hype moment in AGDQ right now. Someone's about to do the Battletoads part blindfolded, where you're actually on the hovercraft and just doing it right now. It's freaking
Wait,
sick.
what?
Blindfolded.
Yes,
Well, that's-
Blindfolded.
This is where we're
AGDQ
Blindfolded.
live right
is-
now.
Okay, well, you know where we're gonna go host, guys.
Yeah,
He's
you're
doing
gonna.
that
We're
now?
hosting AGDQ. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
literally blind. He put sunglasses on and he put a little cap on. He has his head down. And he's doing
can't
it
see it.
blindfolded.
And he's doing it.
He's doing it. I'm watching it as we speak. It's freaking hype. It's so dumb.
He said it's so dumb.
I can't even do. I can barely do it with my eyes. How is he doing? Blindfolded.
Dude, this is nuts. This is freaking nuts. So yeah, we're gonna be hosting them.
Can you
so,
give me the? Oh, there
after
it
this is
There it
over, please watch them, show them love. If you have enough money to donate to them, please donate. They basically are doing the Prevent Cancer Foundation. Oh, he died finally.
Yeah, I know.
He's going again.
I think he. I think they did it on purpose so he know where he is.
Oh,
I
okay.
think he actually died on purpose.
Oh, because I don't have the sound up because the podcast. But yeah.
Because I'm looking the way he's doing the way.
Are you sure? Because what I'm watching is not Battletoads. Am I on the right side? Am I on?
You're probably watching a restream then.
Yeah.
It says
I
live.
can.
It says games done quick.
I'm hold on.
Link it
let
in
me-
the chat so that I
I'll
can.
link it in the chat. Hold on 1 second.
Hold on. Let me get there. There we go. Let me get there on my
This
phone.
is actually pretty awesome that he's doing that.
Oh yeah.
And they're for everybody who don't know, they're actually doing this all for charity. They already raised 400 and I think 29,000.
Yeah, this is 428,600.
428,000. And
Yeah.
this is all for cancer research awareness. And
Yeah, the Prevent Cancer Foundation. It's really legit. It's hype. I've been watching this since I think 2014 when they first started, or no, I'm sorry, it was before then, but I'm not too sure exactly what year. But yeah, it's become much bigger, much better, much more hype. And again, if you want to donate to them and show them some love, definitely do that. If not, just watch
Please.
and enjoy the show.
Yeah.
They're going to be doing this until Sunday, I believe. And the last game they're going to be doing for the finale is Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, first time live for
Games
speed running. So
Yeah, for speedrunning.
Yeah,
I will
right.
definitely be watching this. Again, you can go ahead and take us out, OG. My bad.
No problem. Everybody, thank you guys for watching the OG podcast. The three of us really do appreciate everyone who's watching live and who will be watching in the future. Just continue to show love. We appreciate it. And then, of course, after we're done here, please, check out AGDQ. Got some hype stuff going on with your favorite old games. And then also, Handy's going to be on Able Gamers tomorrow. Keep in mind that he will not be streaming Friday, Saturday, Sunday, due to PAX. I probably won't be doing any YouTube videos either myself. So, we're going to be just showing some love over there. We'll bring you stories that happen on the next week's episode every Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central. And other than that, I mean, you guys take it easy, have fun, and keep gaming.
Definitely,
keep gaming, y'all.
Keep gaming. Here we go. And we are hosted. Gaming's done quick. And we are...
That is crazy.